and watch repair department to restore your jewelry, watch, or heirloom to like-new condition. From cleaning to resetting. Got gold? Get paid at Jewels on Hampton at 4506 Hampton Avenue, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Learn more at jewelsonhampton.com or call 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. Jewels on Hampton, a St. Louis hidden gem.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael White, a general dentist located in the Sunset Hills area. Starting on my 10th year as an advertiser on 97.1, I would like to thank everyone for their loyal support for this wonderful radio station. One of the new trends in dentistry today involve large dental corporations buying out private dental offices. The problem with this is that many times you don't know who will be doing your dental care. In fact, you may not even recognize anybody working there. My promise to you is that when you call my office, you will always know who your dentist will be. My name is Dr. Michael White. I strive to always maintain affordable fees, and with over 25 years' experience, you can have the confidence that I can help you with whatever type of dental problem you're having. My phone number is 314-270-8552, 314-270-8552, or visit our website at sunsethills.dentist. That's sunsethills.dentist. And thanks for listening.
This hour brought to you by Lance Drury Law. IRS problems? Call local attorney Lance Drury for legal help. 314-260-6120 or go to lancedrurylaw.com.
The Marc Cox Show.
I want to compliment your show on how fair and level-headed everything you guys talk about.
Who is this guy? He's saying what we've been saying forever.
Maybe what we need from a conservative standpoint is
The Marc Cox Show.
I respect that. We don't agree.
Listen to both sides.
This
Let's get it on.
is The Marc Cox Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Breaking news, there is no more bread in the greater St. Louis area.
Milk's gone, eggs gone.
It's all gone. If you didn't get your French toast yesterday, you're out of luck. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome into the Marc Cox Morning Show. A little bit of white stuff on the ground out there.
Something like that.
You know what?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be a challenging morning. Susan Thomas is gonna have her
hands are
full this morning in the traffic center.
Yes.
When I left my neighborhood at just a few minutes after 3:15, it was virgin snow. They had not approached the side roads yet at that point. Mm-hmm. I get out on the main roads, which would have been Clarkson for me. At least a snowplow had been down through there, but it was pretty much you couldn't see the pavement. One lane, kind of packed down snow. And the highways were not much better. No. And I know they're out there working on them right now, but commute time is minutes away, and my suspicion is that it's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
It's cold enough that the overpasses are frozen, so all of the doom and gloom that you heard yesterday is probably going to come to pass this morning.
Yep.
Just so you know.
Expecting some more snow coming through this morning.
So just turn around and go home. If you're listening to my voice, just forget it. Just hang it up. It's just not worth it.
Stay home, listen to the show. Yeah. It's all good.
You're going to live. And we're going to have a captive audience for many hours this morning because many of you are going to be stuck in traffic for endless hours, right? So we'll do our best to entertain you.
That's why, at least, with the hours that we have, there was a lot more people on the road this morning than I normally see.
Right.
But,
What do you think, getting an early start?
Yeah, probably.
That's all I can figure.
You definitely have to be somewhere, give yourself, that early start. But, yeah, by the time it's light outside, it's going to be a mess. Yeah,
Denise and I were talking about that this morning. It's really odd when you come to work at 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock. Some days you feel like you're the only one on the road, and you're thinking, well, if the car breaks down, I'm out of luck because I haven't seen another car in 20 minutes. In other days, like today, it was packed. I mean, it wasn't packed, but there was a much more significant amount of traffic already on the roads. Maybe people trying to get in early and beat it.
Yeah.
Could be.
So. Well, I appreciate Mark picking me up this morning.
You guys rode together.
Hey, I'm like Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I'll pick you up.
At first, when he was like, when we talked about it, I was like, oh, I don't want you to have to do that. And then as it started to like become real that it was really going to snow, I'm like, do I really have to white knuckle it to work that morning if Mark's going to offer? So thank you, my knight in shining armor,
You are
for bringing
very
me
welcome.
to work.
I'm glad we could do that. Just happens to be very convenient.
Yes.
So I'm just right on my way to work.
I appreciate it
Yep,
very much.
No big deal.
And so does my mom, and I know she's listening.
Aw.
I made it to work safely, and Mark got me here in one piece.
Good
She,
morning,
she only
Denise's
saw her
mom.
life flash in front of her eyes one
Just
time
once.
this morning, Mom. Just once.
Happens. You're fine.
Did you watch the CMA Awards last night?
I
Is that
did
what you went
not.
home and did? No?
I recorded
not.
them, but
Did
I
you
haven't
really?
watched. I like to watch the performances. I don't watch the awards. I don't care who wins anything, but I do like to watch the performances. So I did tape it, and I will sit down with my little Hannah, and we'll watch some of the shows because she likes it too.
If you're going to watch an award show, that's the one to watch.
Yeah.
For sure. It's
Yeah,
always,
It's always
The,
much
uh,
less
clean,
political, and they just
fun.
kind of do the music, give the award, and move on. It's it's a good show.
The headline said that that they kept politics out of it for the most part, which I have. I'm happy for them if that's the case.
They do.
Oh, they
do a
usually
good
do.
job
Yeah.
of that of all the shows.
I could be wrong,
No,
but I suspect. I mean, it's unusual, but I suspect. I do
Unheard of.
suspect that those country music stars, for the most part, they know where their bread is buttered.
right.
Yeah.
Unlike the leftists in Hollywood, the actors who don't care.
Which is why it's always good, clean fun to
Thank you.
watch. The
Cleaner.
Yeah, they just
fun.
keep their mouths shut. They sing their songs. They know what their fans want to hear, and they leave the rest of it. I mean, they usually poke fun at the beginning about just life, what's going on, and so some of that's probably a little bit political, but it's more truly in jest and in fun.
Well, and what was it a couple of years ago? Brad Paisley and somebody were hosting, and they did get a little political, but it was
It's usually
balanced.
him and Carrie Underwood.
Yeah. But there was some backlash from the right that they were knocking on Trump or whatever it was at the time. But if you went back and watched it, it was definitely a balanced mockery.
Balanced mockery. I heard
Yes.
Garth Brooks debuted a new song last night.
Did he?
He's coming to St.
People
Louis in
like
March.
him.
People
He's
are
gonna
excited
be a
about
deal.
that.
Gosh, yeah.
That's going to be a big concert. I might have to look into getting a ticket to that.
I saw Keith Urban one big, and I like him.
I
mean,
do too.
I'm a big
Love
Keith,
Keith
Urban fan. I saw him.
He's no Ozzy Osbourne, but
Mark,
Just saying.
maybe between Trish and I, we can bring you to the dark side a little
Yes.
yeah. Well, I like some old
Where the
Garth.
music
I
is good, clean fun, too.
Friends
bit.
in low
Maroon 5
places.
and Keith Urban. We are going to make sure Mark likes them at some point.
We'll just keep playing them as bumper music until he just gets used to it.
Oh, no.
It'll be fun, Mark.
All right. Tell you what, breaking news-wise overnight, the Democrats tried to get a federal judge. They shopped. They found a liberal judge in Georgia, and they tried to change the rules after the election as to who could vote and which votes would count, honestly. And they were partially successful, if you can believe it or not. I'm going to tell you what Stacey Abrams managed to pull off in Georgia. We're going to get the latest from Florida, where technically they're supposed to be done counting today. Think about that. 1 week and 2 days after the election ended, they're still counting votes in Florida. It's maddening. I'm going to give you an update on where that stands coming up. We've got Speaker Tim Jones later. I've got Todd Starnes, Jim Talent, Missouri State Treasurer Eric Schmidt's going to join us about 8:10 this morning. Of course, he is the Attorney General designate now, and we'll pick his brain over how that all went down and what he's looking forward to. Plus, we got a White House Deputy Communications Director who's going to join us this morning as well. You're listening to the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 5:17. It's 28 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. A winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area until 6 o'clock tonight. Go to 971talk.com for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast and a list of closings. St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed has filed a resolution showing support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. In sports, Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. 97.1 News Time, 5:18.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, this should be fun this morning. Now, most of the highways actually have at least one lane that's in decent shape, and it depends on where you are, but some have two, and it's really not as awful as it could be. You just have to give yourself enough time to get there. Now, we do have an accident eastbound 270 near West Florissant. It's blocking the right lane. We had a stall reported westbound 70 approaching 141 in the right lane. Accident eastbound 44 approaching Six Flags. That is no surprise. It's always very slick down there. And then, of course, Antire Hill is a challenge. So eastbound 44 near Six Flags, an accident in the right lane. So just be careful this morning. If you give yourself enough time, things should work out fine. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 5:19.
Come by Chuck's Boots Superstores in Fenton and St. Peters for the largest selection of American-made Thorogood work boots. When it comes to Thorogood boots, come to Chuck's Boots.
Chuck's Boots never leave my feet.
Do you have sleep apnea but can't make your CPAP machine work for you? Clayton Sleep Institute can help. We treat many patients who compromise their health because they don't use their CPAP or use it less than they should. Our sleep specialists know all the new technologies and work with you to identify issues, map a plan for change, and support you so you can achieve CPAP success. Don't ignore your health. Let the Clayton Sleep experts help make CPAP work for you. Call us at 314-645-5855.
Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills pay some of the highest prices for gold, diamonds, semi-precious stones, silver, coins, and currency. From jewelry, watches, antiques, and collectibles, the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Jewels on Hampton offers fantastic attentive service, as well as the best prices in the metro area. Looking for a new watch? Jewels on Hampton has an extensive collection of modern and vintage watches, carrying some of the top premier brands, even unique pocket watches. Jewels on Hampton features a full-service jewelry and watch repair department to restore your jewelry, watch, or heirloom to like-new condition. From cleaning to resetting. Got gold? Get paid at Jewels on Hampton at 4506 Hampton Avenue, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Learn more at jewelsonhampton.com or call 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. Jewels on Hampton, a St. Louis hidden gem.
Do you know the number one mistake retirees and pre-retirees are making with their retirement accounts? Do you know about the hidden fees inside of your mutual funds and 401ks? Do you also know the best strategy to shift from accumulation to income and preservation of assets? This is Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, and we'd like to show you the kind of lifestyle your retirement accounts can provide, whether you're retiring now or even in the next 5 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. We'll design your own personalized, structured income plan that will show you exactly the amount of income you can count on. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my best-selling book, The Boomer's Guide to a Worry-Free Retirement. I've been helping retirees and pre-retirees achieve a worry-free retirement for over 31 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com. Once again, that's 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com.
RP Lumber is your source for hardware and building supplies, including lumber, shingles, drywall, and more. Renovating a bathroom or kitchen, making needed repairs, or building your dream home, RP Lumber has the materials you need and skilled team members to help. Shop any of our 68 well-stocked stores or shop us online at rplumber.com for exclusive products for your home, for best service, for best value. It's RP Lumber.
From school closings to road closures, blizzard warnings to intense weather watches, when winter weather serves up its worst, we do our best to bring you the information you need to stay informed.
St. Louis's FM News Talk
97.1.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. show on Facebook. Facebook.com/The Marc Cox Show.
America, this is Al Gore. 3 things are certain. Hanging chads suck. I'm getting rich off this climate scam, and you are listening to the Marc Cox Show.
All right. Thank you, Al. I will tell you one thing at 5:23 on your Thursday morning.
Yes.
If you're coming downtown and you're going to the public library today, the steps are clean. At 5 in the morning, these dudes are out there. They've got the steps cleaned off. There's a park across the street from our station here at Olive and Tucker.
Use that term loosely.
There's a park. There's a green space across.
Yes.
Normally in the summer, populated with homeless people.
Yes.
If you wanted to come down and take a leisurely walk around that park right now, the sidewalks are clean.
Yeah.
Somebody has gotten on it this morning. Somebody is getting paid in downtown to clean the sidewalks.
Well,
I don't know
was
what your
noticeable
drive's
on the
gonna be.
highway this morning, that the line from leaving the county heading into the city.
We were just talking about
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
I've always given credit to the city street crews who always somehow seem to get it figured out faster than the county street crews do. I don't know how, but they do. And they have for years.
Denise and I were talking about it. It's interesting. Your neighborhoods are a lot more clear. So my side streets in my neighborhood
are a disaster.
A complete mess. But I turned onto Gravois and it was like, I mean, it was like it barely snowed.
Yeah, but they don't generally, in the city, they don't generally scrape those because the cars park on the side and they can't get the snow plows down the middle of the street,
You're
right?
saying it's completely opposite problems from city to county.
Yeah, all the main roads are.
Yeah, but I'm talking
here.
right. I'm talking main roads though. The main roads in the city generally are in better shape than the main roads.
Better, yeah. It's just it's an interesting contrast.
Yeah, they definitely work on it. That's for sure. Anyway, good luck. We're going to keep you up to date on the traffic. You're going to have obviously some problems because let's just be honest. When it just rains in the St. Louis area, the streets lock up, right? I went to, one of those, you hate when you put things off. Like my wife and I one of us needed to go to the grocery store earlier this week and we didn't. So then yesterday she had a doctor's appointment. And she's like, hey, could you swing by the grocery store for me? I'm like,
all the days.
All the days. Yeah, honey, of course.
That is the worst.
No. I went early enough,
worst.
right? I went early enough, and I get to Schnucks, and I get my cart full of groceries, and I check out, and I get home. And, of course, I forgot something. So about 5:30.
Did you call her and ask her to stop by there?
No, about 5:30, I went back to the store to get it. And I snapped a picture of the bread aisle at Deerberg's last night about 5:30. I put it up on the Facebook page, the Marc Cox Show on Facebook. You got to go up and look at it. That's my picture from the Deerberg's out at Clarkson and Clayton last night at about 5:30. I mean, it was decimated. It looked like the bread store in downtown Moscow. I mean, it was just like there was nothing on the shelves at all. A few loaves of bread were left, but that was by about 5:30 last night. And all I needed to go back and get were 2 things that I forgot. And, of course, the lines were all the way back to the end caps to try to get out of there. Mm-hmm. So it just, never fails. No good deed goes unpunished. There was plenty of milk left, but there was no bread. I don't know what's going to happen this morning with folks. It's going to be a mess. Hey, did you see Karma come home to roost last night? Did you see that? You're the one that alerted me to that,
news
Tricia.
alert that we got? Yeah.
It made me laugh out loud. I went, ha.
Well, I saw the name that you're about to tell us, and I was just like, I wonder what's going on with him.
So I put on Facebook a little acronym, know another really malicious attorney, which, of course, if you take the first letter of all those, spells karma.
Yeah.
Because Michael Avenatti gets arrested yesterday, and he spent the evening in a jail cell somewhere while he was waiting on the porn star to come and bail him out. He was accused of domestic assault on his wife, I guess, or maybe they're going through a divorce. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Because, sometimes allegations get thrown around, but Michael Avenatti denies everything. And in fact, his defense is not that he didn't hit her, but his defense is that she hit me first.
So that made it okay?
Well, I mean, I guess that could happen, right? Like she could have hit him first, and
so
then he sucker punched her in the nose because she hit him first. I mean, I don't know. You have to.
We weren't there.
But Michael has told us that all women should be believed. So I'm not quite sure how you juxtapose those two positions in court. Didn't that what he said during the trying to dredge up accusations during the Kavanaugh hearing and the Stormy Daniels case and all this stuff? That's kind of how I perceived that whole thing. Anyway, I flipped over to the cable news channels last night, and
was anyone talking about it?
All of the Democrats are suddenly trying to distance themselves from Michael Avenatti 2020 campaign.
That's a good plan. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, that's a good plan.
Good idea.
Just run away.
Did anybody ever take it seriously? I heard Brett Baer say there were some people who were taking his run seriously. I'm thinking,
never.
Who?
What does he have, a mom or something that
He was
still
a
likes
creepy
him?
porn lawyer. Who the hell thought he could run for president and have a chance? Seriously. Right? I mean, it's like this Swalwell character from California thinking he's going to run for president. Fox put him on last night. I have no idea why. Fox also backed up the lawsuit with CNN against the White House over Acosta. I disagree with that decision. We're going to talk about that and more coming up. 314-241-9797.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Heaviest snow will be this morning, then tapering off as we go through the afternoon. 34 for the high. It's a cold day. Tonight, 28 for the overnight low. Friday, going to see an effect on temperatures because of the fresh snow cover, but it will be warmer. Low 40s on Friday. Saturday, increasing clouds, 42. Sunday, a little light snow, but no big deal. 35 for the high on Sunday. This is FM News Talk 97.1 Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
From the Fox Business Network, Apple shares lost more ground yesterday because of concerns that iPhone sales could be slowing. However, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway has been buying more Apple stock. A government filing says Berkshire purchased more than 500,000 Apple shares in the summer quarter. It now owns more than 5% of Apple's outstanding stock. And Apple accounts for a quarter of Berkshire's portfolio. Uber Technologies lost more than $1 billion in its summer quarter, though the loss is smaller than a year ago. Its bookings are up more than 40% from last year, but up only 6% from the spring quarter. It's a sign its growth is slowing. Uber's planning to go public next year. Stocks closed lower yesterday. Investors are concerned about global growth slowing. The Dow was down 205, NASDAQ dropped 64, S&P down 20. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosolo.
Noted author, former chief medical correspondent, and Salonpas user Dr. Bob Arnott.
The human body has billions of pain receptors. Block those receptors with the anesthetics found in Salonpas Lidocaine Plus, and you'll have relief. Salonpas Lidocaine Plus contains 2 anesthetics, including the maximum strength lidocaine available without a prescription. They numb aggravated nerves for effective, lasting relief. For relief, try what I use, Salonpas Lidocaine Plus.
In the silver box with the blue wave.
Fox Business, brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, your dealer for Marvin Windows and Doors in the St. Louis region. FisherWindow.com. Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, an interesting morning. So side streets are hit and miss. Some are clear, some are not. You just want to give yourself extra time. Kind of the same thing with the major roadways. Took 44 in this morning, and through the construction zone, we had one good lane, and then it's not so good. So a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So extra time is the key. Just slow down and take it easy. We have an accident eastbound 44 approaching Six Flags in the right lane. We had a stall westbound 70 at 141. Accident eastbound 270 near West Florissant in the right lane. Accident reported in Jeffco, westbound Highway 30 near Highway Double P. That one involving a snowplow. We had an accident reported northbound 55 near the Poplar. If you just slow down, it should be okay this morning. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 5:33.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Get started on your home's to-do list. Is your siding cracked, faded, or rotting? Tired of putting a Band-Aid on your home? Now through November 16th, Lakeside Exteriors is offering you 18 months interest-free financing or 50% off shutters and window trim with the purchase of James Hardie Siding Soffit and Fascia. Give your home the facelift it deserves from professionals you know and trust. Call Lakeside Exteriors at 636-978-5000 or visit us online at lakesideexteriors.com. Lakeside Exteriors, helping you create your dream home.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael White, a general dentist located in the Sunset Hills area. Starting on my 10th year as an advertiser on 97.1, I would like to thank everyone for their loyal support for this wonderful radio station. One of the new trends in dentistry today involve large dental corporations buying out private dental offices. The problem with this is that many times you don't know who will be doing your dental care. In fact, you may not even recognize anybody working there. My promise to you is that when you call my office, you will always know who your dentist will be. My name is Dr. Michael White. I strive to always maintain affordable fees, and with over 25 years' experience, you can have the confidence that I can help you with whatever type of dental problem you're having. My phone number is 314-270-8552, 314-270-8552, or visit our website at sunsethills.dentist. That's sunsethills.dentist. And thanks for listening.
Testing. Attention all elves. The 2018 DGS Holiday Food Drive is here. Visit any Hardee's location to make a donation of at least $1 and receive the first ever limited edition DGS bumper sticker. The 2018 DGS Holiday Food Drive brought to you by Hardee's.
Moms can take the worry out of cold and flu season with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. It's the most accurate thermometer available and the #1 choice of pediatricians. With just a gentle scan across the forehead, you get an accurate reading every time. Protect your little ones with the Exergen Temporal Scanner.
Dave Glover. Either we're going to hear Donald Trump saying the N-word on The Apprentice, or they'll say, these don't exist. That's what a subpoena is.
Dave Glover, weekdays at 3 on FM News Talk. 97.1. Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
No, not really. I mean, the forecast changed. It was coming in like it does yesterday, and we were prepared. We've started this in October, getting our equipment ready to go. We had a snow drill last week. I mean, this is much earlier than normal and much more snow than normal, but we were ready for it. I mean, it's a typical, it's the first storm of the year, so we got some kinks to work out like always, but nothing really surprised us. We work well with our partners, know what's coming in.
All right, that's it. Well, the MoDOT engineers are giving live updates right now to all of the local news stations across town. Just so you know, they're out working on it, which, of course, you're going to find when you're behind about 16 snowplows on the way to work this morning. I've been watching the school closings going. Oops, what happened? I don't hear myself. Oh, I turned my headphones down. I thought my mic had gone.
I hear you.
I've gone
you're
deaf.
Just fine,
Still
Mark.
good.
I was watching I was watching the school closings this morning. I guess my question is at this point, please call in if your school hasn't closed, because I can't envision that there's anybody out there whose district didn't call. I think ours called off.
It was about 10 o'clock last night.
Right around 10 is when we got the phone call last night. They finally caved in to Snowmageddon and canceled the schools. Probably a good thing. I know in our area there are enough hills and twisty turns for some of the kids that it's probably just safer for them to have the day off. I had to go get the snow sleds out of the attic last night just in case, just to be on the safe side. But it is what it is. Just on the bright side, they should replenish the bread supplies by late this afternoon. In case you're worried about that, I just wanted you to know that. You know that I joke about that, but we had a guest on one time talking about what would happen if an EMP ever hit the United States, right? That's an electromagnetic pulse. It can come from a solar flare, or it could come from, somebody in the Mooj managing to set off a nuclear bomb in the atmosphere, like 20 miles up in the atmosphere. And the interesting thing about it is that we have an on-demand delivery system to our grocery stores. Most of them get deliveries every day. If anything like that ever happened, the food in your local grocery store is gone in 24 hours. And if they've got no way to replenish it, and you don't know how to grow your own food, and you don't have a box of, meals ready to eat stuck away in your basement somewhere, you're going to panic. People are going to panic. And I don't ever say that to alarm people, but I just say it as a public service announcement. For about $60 or $70, you can go buy one of these sealed buckets of meals ready to eat. It's emergency food that'll last you for 2 weeks or however long it is, depending on the size of your family. All you need to be able to do is heat up some water to use these things, and you have some sort of sustenance in the event of a national emergency, an earthquake, a something where the power went out and you have no ability to get to a grocery store. It just makes sense to me. And so many people are unprepared for that. You're going to be over knocking on your neighbor's door. You've been making fun of them, calling them a prepper all these years. And then the you-know-what hits the fan, and that person is going to become your bestie. Buddy. You're going to be BFFs before it's all over with, if they'll let you in.
I do have a question, though,
What's
about the bread. Everybody goes out in full force and buys bread. Doesn't bread go bad?
No, you got to have your carbs,
Oh.
You got to have French toast.
Bad.
I mean, it lasts.
Of course,
for a
bread
while.
goes bad.
What, like a week or two?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
But
Even
it's not
then
like
you
you
can
can
scrape off a little bit of the green and keep eating if you need to.
Of all the things to load up on in case of an emergency, it doesn't seem.
Yeah,
bread.
I agree with you.
It's something
Sandwiches.
perishable. Bread and milk.
Canned
canned
foods might work out better. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even cereal, you might get a little more.
Did they make canned
longevity out
bread?
of.
They don't, do they? Can't get canned bread, can you?
I don't think so.
No.
But your beer will last for a while, particularly in the winter. You could, whether the power goes out, you can stick it outside in the snow, and you're good to go. That's good stuff. All right. Let me get to the phones here real quick. Jim is on line one. Good morning, Jim. Hey, Jim, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Mark.
Go ahead, sir.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, there's all this talk about whether Nancy Pelosi will be Speaker or not, but I think we need to congratulate the Republican Party on fumbling the ball once again here.
Yeah, I saw that vote. That made me sick. McCarthy?
Yeah, it's disgusting. We had Boehner, then we had Ryan, and now we got this guy. I call him, if Maxine Waters has the lowest IQ in Congress, this guy's got to have the second lowest. Have you seen him on any interviews?
I have, and I saw him when he ran for Speaker, when he first threw his name up for Speaker before Ryan took it a couple of years ago, and I was not impressed, and he immediately started losing points when he opened his mouth.
Exactly.
And I guess there just weren't any other options among the spineless Republicans in Congress because Jim Jordan only got about 45 votes.
He did, yeah, and that was sad. You know what? If you get Ann Wagner on, could you ask her who she voted for?
I will.
Because that defines who she is.
Yeah.
It really does. The leadership means everything in Congress. It's not how you vote on an issue. It's who you vote for leadership. And I'd like to know, is she back in McCarthy or is she back in Jordan?
And again, that gets down to having the intestinal fortitude to go against popular opinion, because I'm sure that the people that end up voting against Pelosi, if she manages to become Speaker again, they're going to get flogged with wet noodles for doing that. And I'm sure that the people who voted against McCarthy are going to face the same problems in the House.
Oh, yeah. And the Freedom Caucus has always had this problem.
Sure.
From day one, we put them in power through electing these Freedom Caucus people back in the 2010 election, And Boehner kicked him to the curb right away, and then Ryan just, he kept his thumb on him, and now you got this guy.
Well, the strange thing about it is that I've always perceived to be that core number of Freedom Caucus people at around less than 50 in Congress, and sure enough, they have a vote for Jim Jordan, and he only gets like 45 votes. So that there still must be only about that many of them in Congress, and we need to have about 150 of them to get anything done.
Yeah, and I think the last vote, there were about 25, so we may be making progress, because when they had like 400 or 245 or 247, Boehner was winning with 222 votes.
Yes.
And so my contention was we always needed to lose a few Republicans to give the Freedom Caucus some power to come to the table and help define the leadership.
Sure.
If it was 230 and we had 25 of them, hey, they can't get to 218 without us. But as long as they can, and I'm not sure what the count is on the Democrat side there is, but
well, what they guaranteed with that vote is that as a minority party, the Republicans in the House will continue to be as ineffective as they were as the majority party.
Yeah, and yeah. I always thought going into this election they would rather lose the House than win it by 5 or 6 votes, because now you've got the Freedom Caucus with some power, and they didn't want that. This is really sad. It's sickening. I'd like to know how our local, Wagner, I guess, maybe Luke DeMeyer, if you can ever get him on, how they voted on that leadership vote, because that defines them. That defines who they are, not how they vote on all this other stuff. The other thing you're going to see now, and I'm just going to laugh, they're all going to be fussing about funding Planned Parenthood. Well, for the last 2 years, we gave Planned Parenthood $1 billion through the Republican Congress, and they all voted for that. Now they're all going to be staunchly pro-life. Well, because they can vote no.
Sure.
And this is another thing that makes me sick. They play those little games.
Yeah, I agree. Jim, got to run. I appreciate it, though.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep, thanks for the conversation. Yeah, we invited, in fact, we put out a request to Jim Jordan's folks. I guess yesterday was kind of a busy day because they were actually voting on Speaker, but I'm still hoping to get Congressman Jordan on the show. I had an opportunity to meet him when we were in Washington, D.C. for the immigration conference back in September. A great guy. In fact, grew up not far from where I did there in Ohio, and I'm hoping we can get him back on here and talk about some of those issues and where the Freedom Caucus goes from here. Because one thing we know they don't have in the House of Representatives is strong conservative leadership, because they voted Kevin McCarthy in as minority leader. That's all you need to know about it. Hey, you know what? The other thing we haven't gotten into much here is this Georgia vote. I want to talk about that. Plus, we've got Todd Starnes from the Fox News Channel and Fox News Radio coming up in just a minute. 314-241-9797.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 5:46. It's 28 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. A winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Go to 971talk.com for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast and a list of closings. St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed has filed a resolution showing support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. Bayer is giving more than $1.2 million in grant money to the Muni and Lift for Life Academy for their ongoing renovation projects. In sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. They play in Las Vegas tomorrow night. This report brought to you by the Associated Press. Check out the newest podcast from the Associated Press, Ground Game, hosted by AP's digital editor Megan Crane. Ground Game is a weekly conversation with reporters and guests about the top political issues around the country, available on Apple Podcasts. 97.1 News Time, 5:47. It's 28 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, it's a rough morning on the roads. Give yourself plenty of time if you are headed into work at this hour. Of course, side streets are hit and miss. Well, so are the major roadways. We've got issues. Some look better than others. Depends on where you are. Accident eastbound 44 approaching Six Flags. The right lane is blocked. We've got 70 shut down in both directions at Danville. That's west of Warrenton. So just bear that in mind. There were several accidents out there. Obviously, the snow worse through there. We had an accident reported westbound Highway 30 near Highway Double P involving a snowplow. Accident eastbound 6440 past Winghaven. We also have a car reported into the median westbound 64 just past 94. Now an accident westbound 6440 west of Big Bend. That's blocking the 3 right lanes, and we've got a jam behind that. Give yourself plenty of time this morning. Accidents scattered throughout the area. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 5:48.
If you have IRS problems, you need a tax attorney. Go to LanceDruryLaw.com. Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, Law.com.
Victory Men's Health is all about you being you again. You may need testosterone replacement therapy. If you're going to have your hormones treated, make sure you're seeing a specialist. This is not a one-size-fits-all treatment. Make sure you have options. Victory offers several different therapies for testosterone replacement, such as bioidentical pellets, injections, and gels. Plus, they have the newest treatment for ED. It's wave therapy, pain-free, and hundreds of their patients have been treated successfully. Go to victorymenshealth.com.
The Federal Reserve has been the bearer of bad news all year for anyone trapped under a mountain of credit card debt. We've had 3 rate hikes in less than 12 months, pushing credit card interest rates to record highs. The good news is that mortgage rates are still at historic lows. Check your credit card rate and then call me, Michael Mohan, at Community Mortgage. Home values are up, so this may be the right time for you to take advantage of the increased equity in your home while mortgage rates are still at historic lows, saving you hundreds of dollars every month and thousands every year. You don't have to be stuck on the credit card debt carousel when there is a very good chance I can help you get rid of it by consolidating the debt into a fixed-rate, tax-deductible mortgage. Call me today for straightforward advice on all your home buying, refinancing, and debt consolidation needs. When you call, you will talk to me, Michael Mohan. Call now at 314-336-6050. 314-336-6050. Online at communitymortgagestl.com.
Community Mortgage LLC, NMLS 250353, 224143.
There's nothing worse than investing in something big only to realize you didn't choose wisely. Your home is one of the largest investments you'll ever make, so when it's time to restore your home's exterior with James Hardie fiber cement siding, quality craftsmanship matters. Banner Construction's experienced technicians look for this one-time opportunity to add character and detail to your home. It's amazing how the right products in the right hands can transform an ordinary home into a masterpiece. Banner uses creative techniques like highlighting with subtle color variations and a generous use of architectural accents. It's this attention to detail that makes Banner the premier James Hardie contractor in St. Louis. Banner also specializes in top-quality, energy-efficient thermal replacement windows to save you money on heating and cooling. So when you're ready to transform your home with quality products and expert installation, call Banner to arrange an initial consultation. Call 314-569-1050 or check them out on the web. Thanks, and have a Banner day.
FM News Talk 97.1 welcomes Garth Brooks back to St. Louis Saturday, March 9th at the Dome at America's Center. For your chance to win a pair of tickets and all the ticket details, head to 971talk.com. This hour brought to you by Lance Drury Law. IRS problems? Call local attorney Lance Drury for legal help. 314-260-6120 or go to LanceDruryLaw.com.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
About 100 migrant men, women, and children are now in Tijuana, where they wait at a shelter, hoping to cross into the U.S. for a better future. They are the first of a much larger group to reach the border.
Good morning to Mr. Todd Starnes.
Texas, that's right. Gotta love this American.
Well, Todd Starnes, good morning. It looks like we found that missing horde of Hondurans. They're already at the southern border.
Well, at least some of them are. About 300 or so showed up at the border in San Diego, and they're literally. We have video at ToddStarnes.com. We have video of the illegals jumping and climbing on top of the border fence and mocking border patrol agents on our side of the border.
I thought we sent the military down there. Did we go to the wrong spot?
Well, it's a big border. The military not there in California, which is a little surprising because everybody has pretty much assumed that's exactly where the illegals were going to go. That was the general train of thought, that they would be going there instead of, say, Texas or Arizona.
Well, I would probably know that I'll take a lot of heat for saying this, but on my uncle's farm, he figured out a way to stop people from jumping over the fence. He electrified it. I mean, I guess that would be one way to keep people from climbing it, right?
Well, I think that's a terrific idea. I mean, it's akin to using a taser. I mean, again, we're talking about people who are invading our country. We're talking about criminals. Every single person that crosses that border without permission is committing a crime. So they're criminals. And quite frankly, we need to start playing hardball and treating people like that. And honestly, the government, the Trump administration, they've got to buckle down and they've got to take this seriously. It was a big issue. I mean, look at what happened the weeks leading up to the election. This was a major issue for the Trump administration. Now, all of a sudden, it's not. That's a problem.
Todd, I want to turn your attention for a minute to this vote counting that's going on down in Florida and specifically Georgia. Stacey Abrams, the gubernatorial candidate, went to a federal judge and asked to make sure that they started counting ballots of people who were dumb enough to vote in the wrong county. She wanted to retroactively go back and change the law and make those votes count.
Well, not only that, the judge yesterday also ruled. A judge also yesterday ruled that ballots that included the wrong birth date, so people who wrote down their wrong birth date, those ballots have to be counted as well. I mean, this is ludicrous. We're watching, and this is a slow motion crime. We're watching Democrats stealing elections in Georgia and in Florida, and nobody seems to be doing anything about it. So it's troubling. But honestly, I think the Democrats are going to keep finding ballots until they get the votes they need to either outright win the elections or, force runoffs.
Yeah, I don't understand why we're in this situation again. You would have thought that we would have this figured out. It can't be that difficult. But once you look at it, it really, our election system is kind of piecemealed. I mean, it's up to individual counties to make rules, and it's just crazy. We need to straighten this up.
Apparently, we're hiring morons to count.
I saw somebody yesterday put a meme out that they were going to send the count from Sesame Street down there to help out.
I think that's a brilliant idea. We're doing some renovations at Fox News, so they're actually moving all of us off of our floor. I mean, we were packing up my office yesterday. We actually found a box of missing ballots, way back in one of my closets.
Good stuff, Todd. Listen, have a great morning. We appreciate your time, as always.
Thanks a lot.
You bet. Todd Starnes from Fox News Radio. They're on from 11 to 2 Central Time every day. And, of course, you hear his updates here on our radio station. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They're finding him in the trunk of cars. They're finding him, everywhere.
It's amazing.
Isn't it something?
It is,
You can just create as many ballots as you want.
I have a feeling I'm going to find
I'd say there might be some in Trisha's car.
Yeah, there is. If they're in anybody's car, they're in that junker.
Yeah, think about that. Even on the Georgia State Democrat website, they have a Georgia vote by mail frequently asked questions, and it even says right on there, you have to include your date of birth. And then the Democrats went to federal court and sued for the people that were too stupid to follow the instructions and either put their date of birth on there or forgot to put their date of birth on there. Put it on there wrongly. It's amazing. We'll be back. Top of the hour.
This is the Long-Term Care Minute. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, of the 16 million veterans who served during World War II, less than 558,000 are still alive. To make things worse, many of them now need long-term care. With the average cost of nursing home care approaching $7,000 monthly, we wondered, what should veterans do? For some advice on this, we called on long-term care expert and best-selling author Don Quante. So Don, what should our veterans do?
Well, quite simply, we recommend our veterans get a free copy of my book, Tax-Free Money for Long-Term Care, where they will learn about a little-known veterans benefit that may allow them to receive up to $26,000 a year tax-free to pay for long-term care. Give me a call right now. The next 30 listeners will get a free copy of my book.
That sounds great, Don. Just call 800-256-1607. That's 800-256-1607. This has been the Long-Term Care Minute.
Jewels on Hampton and St. Louis Hills pays some of the highest prices for gold diamonds, semi-precious stones, silver, coins, and currency. From jewelry, watches, antiques, and collectibles, the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Jewels on Hampton offers fantastic attentive service, as well as the best prices in the metro area. Looking for a new watch? Jewels on Hampton has an extensive collection of modern and vintage watches, carrying some of the top premier brands. Even unique pocket watches. Jewels on Hampton features a full-service jewelry and watch repair department to restore your jewelry, watch, or heirloom to like-new condition, from cleaning to resetting. Got gold? Get paid at Jewels on Hampton at 4506 Hampton Avenue, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Learn more at jewelsonhampton.com or call 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. Jewels on Hampton, a St. Louis hidden gem.
KFTK FM Florissant, KFTK AM East St. Louis, K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk, 97.1.
A radio.com station.
It's up to more than 8,600 homes burned down in Northern California. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
An additional 8 human remains were recovered. That brings the total up to 56.
As Butte County Sheriff Corey Honey says they keep searching charred ruins for even more victims. Over 100 others remain unaccounted for, many of them elderly. That fire is about a third contained. One to the south in the Malibu area is half contained now. It killed 3 people, burned down more than 500 homes. The deadlines today in Florida for the recount in the very close races for senator and governor.
Today's deadline is not expected to be met by Palm Beach County, whose older ballot counting machines have been breaking down and losing counts. A state court ordered an extension, but now a federal judge is being asked to make that extension statewide, despite most counties completing on time.
That's Fox's Evan Brown in Broward County. 11 indictments in Saudi Arabia in the murder of a journalist at the Saudi consulate in Turkey. Fox's Simon Owen monitoring live from London.
And day 5 of the suspects face the death penalty. Saudi Arabia's chief prosecutor saying Jamal Khashoggi was drugged and killed before his body was dismembered and taken from the building. The prosecutor's office saying the team that killed the journalist had instructions to bring him back to Saudi Arabia alive, but the negotiations failed. Among those charged, a formerly high-ranking deputy intelligence chief. Dave?
Simon, there will be a funeral service today in California for the sheriff sergeant murdered in the shooting spree at a California bar a week ago. Ron Helis was 54 years old. Winters come early in the south, all the way to New England.
Rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow, especially across the interior sections, freezing rain. That's the dangerous stuff that freezes on the roads and the power lines.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. This is Fox News.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
97.1 News Time, 6:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Dave Murray. The snow will come to an end later this morning and turn into flurries this afternoon. We'll have a high of 34. Clear, cold tonight, low of 28. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high around 40, and it's 28 degrees right now. We are under a winter storm warning until about 6 o'clock tonight across the St. Louis area. Moderate to heavy snow continues this morning. Will taper off by this afternoon. About 4 to 7 inches of snow is expected from the St. Louis metro area to points north and east. Go to 971talk.com and click on the banner for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast. There's also a link for closings, all on 971talk.com. The St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Lewis Reed has filed a resolution showing support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. The group behind the effort, MLS for the Lou, will be applying to Major League Soccer for an expansion team. The resolution will be introduced at the Board of Aldermen meeting tomorrow and could be voted on immediately. The body of a missing St. Louis ballet dancer was found in Mark Twain Lake. Officials say the body of 23-year-old Rafaela Stroick was discovered by a private plane flying over the lake Wednesday morning. She had been last seen Monday morning at a Whole Foods in Town and Country, and her car was found later that day parked near a boat ramp. Authorities say foul play is not suspected and autopsy results are pending. Bayer is giving more than $1.2 million in grant money to the Muni and Lift for Life Academy for their ongoing renovation projects. The Muni will receive $1 million over 5 years to assist with improvements that include rebuilding the entire stage. Lift for Life Academy will receive $246,000 to add 6 new STEM-focused classrooms. This report brought to you by Brinton Vision. Marc Cox's choice for vision correction, 314-375-2020, brintonvision.com. 97.1 News Time, 6:04. It's 28 degrees. In sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 in Chicago last night. Defenseman Jay Bouwmeester accidentally kicked the puck into his own net early in the second period, ending the Blackhawks' 8-game losing streak. It was the Blues' second straight loss after winning 4 of 5 as they fell to 6-7-3 on the season. The Blues take on the Golden Knights in Las Vegas tomorrow night. The Seahawks host the Packers on Thursday Night Football. Green Bay is 4-1 on the season, while Seattle is 4-5. Kickoff tonight is 7:20. 97.1 News Time, 6:05. It's 28 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, let's see. It's one of those mornings. Give yourself extra time. That is the key. Now, the latest big story is the fact that crews have closed eastbound 44 at the Pacific exit. And we had a nice 97.1 caller who said they are rerouting traffic onto old Route 66 through there. So this is not going to be a huge surprise to 44 drivers. It's usually pretty bad out there. But again, crews have closed eastbound 44 at the Pacific exit and are rerouting traffic through there this morning. Now, we have an accident in the metro area, westbound 6440 at Big Bend in the 3 right lanes. An accident southbound 270 approaching Ladue in the right lane. A stall westbound 6440 past 270, that one in the right lane. And we've got very slow traffic this morning, so just take it easy. The roads are a mixed bag. Some look fine, some are terrible. Some, you just kind of take your time and you'll be okay. Now, eastbound 6440 is slow. Right at Clarkson, there could be a stall or an accident through there. Just take it easy. Also, some slow-moving traffic on the Poplar Street Bridge and also on northbound 55. We have 70 westbound at past Cave Springs, an accident in the right lane, and eastbound drivers slowing for a look. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 6:06.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Heaviest snow will be this morning, then tapering off as we go through the afternoon. 34 for the high. It's a cold day. Tonight, 28 for the overnight low. Friday, going to see an effect on temperatures because of the fresh snow cover, but it will be warmer. Low 40s on Friday. Saturday, increasing clouds, 42. Sunday, a little light snow, but no big deal. 35 for the high on Sunday. This is FM News Talk 97.1 Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's 6:07 and 28 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
What's better than a new grill for the holidays? A new grill that's already assembled and delivered to your home from Cotton's Ace Hardware. Yes, you get free assembly and free delivery with a grill purchase of $200 or more. They'll even haul away your old grill. With a selection from Weber to Traeger, Cotton's Ace Hardware makes it easier than ever to replace your old grill. Plus, get a free bag of charcoal or a propane refill with a purchase of $200 or more when you mention this ad. Find your nearest location at cottonsacehardware.com.
Message and data rates may apply. Please do not text and drive.
Ever wonder why Europeans seem to speak so many languages? Maybe it's because they use Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away, whether you're learning Spanish, French, or German. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned.
I always thought I was bad at languages, but after using Babbel, I can tell you I was just taught the wrong way.
Using Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons, you can be speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I was amazed that I could start having real-life conversations right away. It was so fast. Now I'm speaking Spanish. Woohoo!
No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, French, or more. You can try Babbel for free. Download the app or text VOICE to 484848. Text VOICE to 484848 to try Babbel for free. That's VOICE to 484848.
I like my coffee like I like my rifles. Black. Hi, this is Sig Glock and Colt from Tactical St. Peter's. Black Rifle Coffee will change your life. Stop by and get some Freedom Fuel, AK Espresso, or caffeinated as f***. We never run out of Black Rifle Coffee, so you won't either.
Testing. Attention all elves. The 2018 DGS Holiday Food Drive is here. Visit any Hardee's location to make a donation of at least $1 and receive the first ever limited edition DGS bumper sticker. The 2018 DGS Holiday Food Drive brought to you by Hardee's.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blinds, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Always remember, if you ain't first, you're last.
Can we talk about the traffic this morning for a moment, please?
Sure, let's do that.
You know what? Don't be that person. I'm watching the traffic. I drove in this morning, right? All of us who you're listening to on the radio this morning had to get in our cars and get to the station. Yep. And we were fine. And now, just because there's a few cars on the road, roads are shutting down at Big Bend there at 40, shut down according to Sue. 44 shut down out in Pacific. It's not completely shut down, but it's down to one lane at 44 and Big Bend going westbound. 44 in Pacific is shut down completely. They're having to reroute people. And you know exactly why that happened. Can I just tell you that? It was the jerk who couldn't stand being in line behind somebody else and had to try to get out in the lane that hadn't been plowed yet. And then, spun out of control and hit somebody, and now it's mucked up the whole mess. So don't be an ass. I'm sorry.
Just take your time.
Take your time this morning.
If you're going to go out in it, take your time.
You'll get there, but you're just going to have to slow down. We all know what the problem is. We're just going to call it the way we see it.
It's that one guy.
Here's the other thing.
It is. It all in the rain,
I'm just gonna get
that guy's always out there.
I'm just going to get this all off my chest right now.
The soapbox
I want you to call in if your kid's school is not out today. Odds are they all are. I can't think of one that's not. We're not going to bore you to death and read every single school closing to you. We've got a link to it on our website at 971talk.com. I got a call from my superintendent at 10 o'clock last night. Mm-hmm. Your kid, odds are every school canceled last night. They're probably all shut down. Just let the kids sleep in this morning. And blame it on 97.1. How about that? We're just going to make life easy for you.
Just blanket statement, close all the schools.
Yeah, I just closed them all. Just forget about it.
Well, Marc Cox said so.
Let's get to our buddy Tim. Speaker Tim Jones. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Bad and bougie.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's good timing, Tim Jones. You bugged out. You grabbed your bug out bag and you got the hell out of Dodge yesterday, didn't you?
I actually been up here in the swamp in D.C., Mark, since Monday.
Wow.
And, we got weather up here this morning. You got weather back there. We're hoping to get home sometime today, but, there's worse places to be, I guess, in the world.
Could you do me a favor and smack around some of those Republicans who elected Kevin McCarthy instead of Jim Jordan?
Yeah, Mark, I think the Republicans, okay, so first of all, the blue wave was, not as anticipated, no matter what the pundits and pollsters are still telling you. They really missed the mark, and now they're trying to make up for it. The red wall was significant in many states, including Missouri. But, Mark, I think everybody, and I'm not going to help the Democrats out here because, we don't want to have a race to the bottom, but the Republicans need to figure out why they lost the seats they did. If I'm like you, Mark, they had no response to the messaging on health care, pre-existing conditions. They kind of just laid down and got smacked around on that and said, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Yes. Did you see any response to that at all, Mark? I saw nothing. You know, and so they're going to have to figure out moving forward. We are the party of solutions, right? We are the party of inclusivity and of economic freedom, liberty, opportunity for all. And you see that by, Mark, some of the statistics. Now, Donald Trump seems to have this figured out. He seems to know how to talk to everyday working class Americans, and even the ones that the media doesn't want to talk about that are gravitating to the Republican Party. Mark, the Hispanic vote during the midterms was higher than it was 2 years ago for Republicans. Same thing with African Americans. And, Mark, I think that's only because President Donald Trump hit the campaign trail, and he hit it hard. I mean, he was in Missouri the day before the election telling everybody they needed to fire Claire McCaskill and send Josh Hawley in. 24 hours later, Missourians did that, and they did it resoundingly. The pollsters and the pundits and all the newspapers were telling us how close that election was. I'm sorry. In electoral speak, 7 points is a landslide.
Right. No, I agree. And now we move forward with that. I know that you've been up there all week, but as expected, I should say, Treasurer Eric Schmidt was named to replace Josh Hawley. I'm seeing a lot of praise being heaped on him, not by every single Republican. I've seen specifically a former Missouri state senator who's not happy about it. But what was your take on Governor Parsons' choice with Eric Schmidt?
Look, Mark, one thing I always do is I look to the liberal left to see their reaction first. And if they hate something, then it must be good, right? And so they're yelling and screaming this week about, these Republicans in Missouri. They're just appointing everybody at these positions and, how horrible that 4 out of the 6 are appointed. What are we supposed to do? That's the law. I mean, Mark, just like with all these ballot recounts, Democrats don't like to follow the rules, do they? Republicans win elections. Democrats steal elections. So if they would like to appoint some people to Missouri statewide office, I suggest they start winning some elections, and then they can do that too. So Eric Schmidt is an attorney. He was state treasurer. He's state senator. He's absolutely qualified to be attorney general, and I think he'll do a fine job. I mean, Governor Parson, there's a short list for people that can actually step in and do that immediately. That is a working office. Attorney general, you're running a significantly sized law firm for the state of Missouri, and you're handling some significant things. Everybody always thinks of criminal cases right off the top, and that's true. They get involved in that, but it's also consumer protection and fraud matters, protecting Missouri from federal overreach. Just because we have a Republican in the White House, we've lost the House now, and so Lord knows what, dare I say, Speaker Pelosi is going to do as far as increasing the hand of government. Mark, you see it up here. I'm in Northern Virginia this morning. We're going to head into D.C. in a few minutes, and Mark, the size and scope of government, the amount of money and wealth. This is like a small planet up here. It's gravitational pull of money and wealth. I've never seen so many Maseratis and Ferraris than I have in the last 2 days up here in D.C. And you wonder, and we've talked about this before, why is all this money and wealth up here? Well, it's because government has gotten so outlandishly big, and everybody wants to have their hand in the cookie jar. And Republicans need to not do, we lost a lot of seats and power back after the George W. Bush years. And he did a great job with 9/11 and foreign policy. But what was the big criticism? That there were too many big government R's who wanted to give out just as many handouts as the Democrats. And so we need to start having an answer to we should have run on health care. We ran on it for 4 cycles, and it showed the American people how bad Obamacare was. It continues to be bad because it's still there. That framework is still there. That's exactly what the Dems wanted. So they better have some plans, Mark, moving forward. They better have some answers to these things. 2020 could be a great year with President Trump at the helm, but they're going to have to figure their messaging out.
Yeah, Tim, I know we're out of time here, and you got a meeting to get to, but Congressman Andy Biggs from Arizona had a piece, and Fox News ran it yesterday or the day before, pointing out what he really wished, his wish list of what this lame duck Congress could still get accomplished if they had any vision and leadership, and I fear they just don't, like getting rid of Obamacare before it becomes impossible when Nancy Pelosi takes over again. So we can always dream big, but we never seem to get those things done. I don't know why.
Yeah, Mark, I talked to some of my contacts up here. I said, so, hey, what? I was, I'm so bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, glass half full. I'm like, what all are we going to get done in the next few months? And they kind of looked at me like, nothing. And we should have had a laundry list of things to get done in the lame duck. You're absolutely right. Maybe they'll get some things done. I don't know. Mark, I'll leave you with a piece of good news. When they elected all the leadership yesterday, I know the media is they're only going to focus on the top spots. Senator Roy Blunt and Congressman Jason Smith were both chosen to leadership positions in their respective conferences. And, Mark, that's great for Missouri to have a seat at that leadership table. Wherever you may think about leadership, it's better to be on the inside the office than standing outside listening to the door, right? And
True.
So we've got Senator Roy Blunt and Congressman Jason Smith, both elected to leadership positions within their respective caucuses.
All right, good. Well, I appreciate that, Tim. Listen, be safe.
Hey, thanks, Mark. You all, too, and don't slip and slide too much today.
Don't worry. Thanks, Tim Jones, live up in the swamp this morning. You can listen to his show 7 to 9 every Sunday night here on FM News Talk 97.1. See, I was going to offer people stuck in traffic on 44 could just go to Tim's house, but he's not even in town, so don't do that.
Maybe
I'm sure his wife would not appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. No, that's right. Unless his family's traveling.
Exactly. Well, that's true. That's true.
House is open. I mean,
no, don't say that. 314-241-9797, toll free 866-455-9797. We're back in a minute.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/The Marc Cox Show.
97.1 News Time, 6:20. It's 28 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. A winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Go to 971talk.com for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast and a list of closings. The body of a missing St. Louis ballet dancer was found in Mark Twain Lake yesterday morning. St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed has filed a resolution showing support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. In sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. They play in Las Vegas tomorrow night. This report brought to you by the Associated Press. Check out the newest podcast from the Associated Press, Ground Game, hosted by AP's digital editor Megan Crane. Ground Game is a weekly conversation with AP reporters and guests about the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts. 97.1 News Time, 6:20. It's 28 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Wow, give yourself extra time this morning. Some of the roads are actually in fairly decent shape. Others are not. We have some lanes that are wide open on interstates and some that are not. So just give yourself enough time and slow down and you should be fine. Accident now, northbound 270 north of Gravois. They've tried to move that off to the right shoulder. Still a little bit of a slow go through there. Crews have completely closed eastbound 44 at the Pacific exit and are rerouting traffic onto Old Route 66 around there. That's how bad it is out west. Now, if you get on east of 109, you'll just face some slow-moving traffic. We also have accidents. Well, this one was just cleared. Westbound 6440 at Big Bend. There still is one southbound 270 approaching Ladue Road in the right lane. A stall westbound 40 past 270 in the right lane. Accident westbound 70 west of Cave Springs in the right lane. Now, we just had a couple of cars into the median reported. One was 55 south of 270, and another one was near Merrimack Bottom, so also be careful through there. Traffic brought to you by RP Lumber, best service, best value. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 6:22.
Hey, let me tell you about my dentist, Dr. Michael White, DDS. You're going to love going there as much as we do. My family has been going to see Dr. White for, about 18 months now. We've had just about everything you can imagine done there, short of dentures or something. We've got we've had crowns done and orthodontia and wisdom teeth pulled, and we love the staff. We love Dr. White. He does a great job because they go above and beyond the experience I've had at other dentists. When you're in the chair, checking the pH balance in your mouth and talking to you about sleep apnea and gum disease and all that stuff. But he's a general dentist. He does all of these things, right? Cosmetic dentistry, fillings, crowns and bridges, like I mentioned, can do dentures, dental implants, ozone therapy, and anxiety-free sedation. Whatever you're looking for, whatever you need, Dr. Michael White can take care of it. Call him at 314-270-8552, 314-270-8552. Set up your initial consultation today for just $10. Go to his website at sunset.hills.dentist.
Hey, St. Louis, want a great deal on tires? Go to CarX Tire and Auto and save up to $200 on 4 tires installed. If you need tires, you need CarX.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
Limited time offer. See store for details.
Your Gateway area Acura dealers are breaking all the rules during our Season of Performance event. Get special holiday pricing on the new ILX, TLX, RDX, and MDX. These offers won't last. Shop and save at GatewayAreaAcuraDealers.com.
Shopping for a new home this weekend? Call Golden Oak Lending today and get pre-approved right over the phone so you'll know exactly how much home you can afford and be a valued buyer. Call 314-567-GOLD. NMLS 114937.
Whoa, long time no see. It's me, the Rock t-shirt in the back of your closet. Dude, remember? You crowd surfed in me, man. But you haven't worn me in like forever. I get it, you're retired, but I still got some rock left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff, create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Black Friday savings start now at Ace with our biggest holiday light sale of the season. We have everything you need to deck the halls with huge savings on holiday lights. Find great deals like buy one get one free on 100-count LED mini light sets or 20% off all regular price Celebrations LED light sets. It's the best time to buy your holiday lights and everything you need to make your home the best looking house on the block. Only at Ace. Offer valid through November 26th at participating stores while supplies last.
Chuck's Boots Superstores in Fenton and St. Peters has the largest selection of Corral Western boots in the Midwest. When it comes to Corral boots, come to Chuck's Boots.
Chuck's Boots never leave my feet.
I'm going to talk to you about something most people don't think about: carpet cleaning. At Woodard, we think about it a lot. You see, we've been cleaning carpets and rugs for over 70 years now. We've visited hundreds of thousands of St. Louis homes. And you know what? We've pretty much seen it all. But that's a good thing, because it means no matter what, we know what it takes to get the job done right. The gimmicks other carpet cleaners brag about, well, they don't make one bit of difference. What does matter is having folks who've seen it all and cleaned it all, who can give you honest advice on how to take care of your carpets, floors, and the antique rug that's been in your family for generations. We appreciate family legacy. We've created one of our own right here in St. Louis. Home is a cherished place. To you and to Woodard. For holiday cleaning specials, go to woodard247.com.
As winter weather turns wicked.
Miserable, terrible.
You can depend on us to keep you safe and secure.
Horrible, worst I've ever seen.
Your official winter weather information station.
St. Louis's FM News Talk.
97.1.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Other changes, it rolls back some of the provisions of the Clinton crime law
that disproportionately harmed the African American community. And you all saw that, and you all know that. Everybody in this room knows that. It was very disproportionate and very unfair.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall in whatever room Bill and Hillary Clinton, they probably weren't in the same room together, because I don't think they spend a lot of time together. That's just speculation on my part. But I would love to have been a fly on the wall in the room when Donald Trump pointed that out yesterday. And he got that little stab in because during the election, if you remember in 2016, it was a big issue with people hanging this blame on Bill Clinton for that crime bill in 1994, right? And particularly the minority communities who felt that it inordinately impacted them, and it had all of these, mandatory sentencing guidelines in it, which sent people to jail for long periods of time for, in some cases, they'd spend more time for drug possession than people who committed murder, and they felt that needed to be changed. Well, now you know why Kanye West was sucking up to Donald Trump. This is what Kanye West wanted. This is what he was pushing for, was to get the president on board on this sentencing restructuring, these guidelines. Everybody's saying yesterday, this may be a chance at bipartisanship. I suspect it'll pass. But just so you know, when you talk about criminal justice reform, this is not the criminal justice reform that Kim Gardner and folks like Wesley Bell and others are pushing for. What they want is for criminals to get off the hook scot-free and get a slap on the wrist. So I'm interested to find out more about what they did yesterday, but I thought it was interesting that the president was able to get that dig in again on the Clintons there for that crime bill in 1994. Woo! I bet she was hot, as my friend Doug Vaughn might say. All right. We're going to honor our first responders. I'm going to get to your phone calls coming up. Jim, hold the line. 314-241-9797.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Heaviest snow will be this morning, then tapering off as we go through the afternoon. 34 for the high. It's a cold day. Tonight, 28 for the overnight low. Friday, going to see an effect on temperatures because of the fresh snow cover, but it will be warmer. Low 40s on Friday. Saturday, increasing clouds, 42. Sunday, a little light snow, but no big deal. 35 for the high on Sunday. This is FM News Talk 97.1 Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Teams with cadaver dogs are looking for more human remains in the ashes of a wildfire in Northern California. At least 56 people have died, with some still unidentified. 130 people are considered missing. More than 8,600 homes are gone. This woman's living in her van.
I feel very fortunate to have a van. I look at other people, the car and kids. I feel like I'm driving around in a hotel.
A third death, meantime, has been confirmed in a wildfire in Southern California. Some members of British Prime Minister Theresa May's government have quit over her plan for withdrawing from the European Union.
May defending the proposal.
If we get behind a deal, we can bring our country back together and seize the opportunities that lie ahead.
But the opposition party...
The government, Mr. Speaker, is in chaos.
...calling the deal botched.
Fox's Simon Owen in London. The Brexit breakup is supposed to be complete by March 29th next year. This is Fox News.
.97.1 News Time, 6:31. It's 28 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and this report brought to you by STL Fence Works, where your satisfaction is their passion. A winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Moderate to heavy snow continues this morning. It will taper off by this afternoon. About 4 to 7 inches of snow is expected from the St. Louis metro area to points north and east. Go to 971talk.com and click on the banner for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast. There's also a link for all closings on 971talk.com. So the St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Lewis Reed has filed a resolution showing city support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. The group behind the effort, MLS for the Lou, will be applying to Major League Soccer for an expansion team. The resolution will be introduced at the Board of Aldermen meeting tomorrow and could be voted on immediately. In sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. They play in Las Vegas tomorrow night. And the Seahawks host the Packers on Thursday Night Football. Kickoff tonight is 7:20. 97.1 News Time, 6:32. It's 28 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Okay, the roads are a mixed bag this morning. You really have to take it easy. It depends on where you are, of course, as to how many lanes are open on the highway. Side streets are in kind of rough shape, but downtown, it's not bad. It's all kind of hit and miss. Good news from Jim, and thanks for calling this in. Crews have reopened eastbound 44 at the Pacific exit. It's just a little bit of a slow go through there today. Just take it easy. In fact, that's good advice for the entire area. Accident southbound 270 approaching Ladue Road. That's still there. You can barely see it in the snow. The right lane was blocked. They tried to get that off to the shoulder. Accident westbound 70 west of Cave Springs, also kind of on the right shoulder now. Accident northbound 55 at Merrimack Bottom. That's been blocking the left lane. Then there's northbound 270 north of Gravois, an accident in the right lane. We have on the Illinois side many cars off the roadway reported, but the latest is westbound 5570 just past 64. Now, giving yourself extra time, we are snow slowed throughout the entire area. We have accidents scattered throughout and a lot of heavy volume, and some of that even on the Page extension in both directions between 141 and 270. 270 westbound, a slow go at 367, and 70 is slow in both directions out just past the O'Fallon area. Traffic brought to you by Cotton's Ace Hardware. Just in time for the holidays, get a new grill that's already assembled from Cotton's Ace Hardware. You can get free assembly, free delivery with a grill purchase of $200 or more. Plus, get a free bag of charcoal or a propane refill with a purchase of $200 or more when you mention this ad. Find your nearest location at cottonsacehardware.com. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 6:34.
Hey, do me a favor. Go to granitetransformations.com when you get a chance.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation.
How about that? You can also watch us live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam. But go to their website at granitetransformations.com, and you can lay eyes on this beautiful product. You'll see one of the first couple pictures they show pretty much show the countertop that I have in my kitchen. But there are, and I'm not making this up, dozens and dozens of different color combinations that you can pick from with their granite product that they have. I got the engineered granite. They've got the quartz. They've got the recycled glass look. They've got the Italian marbled look, which is white with the black lines running through it. Here's the great thing about it. It's virtually indestructible. You can use it on a kitchen surface in a commercial restaurant, and it would meet their standards for not being porous and being able to be cleaned up. It comes with a lifetime warranty, not an installation warranty, a lifetime warranty. And the greatest thing about it, they can probably, once they've got it measured and ready to go, have it installed in your house in about a day. Can change the look of your kitchen. Go to Granite Transformations. Visit them at 1750 Fenn Park Drive. Let them come to your house at 636-728-1100, and they can show you this in the comfort of your own home. And again, that website is granitetransformations.com.
Do you know the number one mistake retirees and pre-retirees are making with their retirement accounts? Do you know about the hidden fees inside of your mutual funds and 401ks? Do you also know the best strategy to shift from accumulation to income and preservation of assets? This is Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, and we'd like to show you the kind of lifestyle your retirement accounts can provide, whether you're retiring now or even in the next 5 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. We'll design your own personalized, structured income plan that will show you exactly the amount of income you can count on. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my best-selling book, The Boomer's Guide to a Worry-Free Retirement. I've been helping retirees and pre-retirees achieve a worry-free retirement for over 31 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com. Once again, that's 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox.
Little praise here for Zach, who put together a new CD for the morning show.
Yeah, thanks, Zach.
That is awesome, my friend.
This is
a
Hot Rock
great
Volume
selection of music to bump in with. You may feel like an atomic punk if you're stuck in traffic this morning. I don't know. Depends on where you are. Just slow down. There's still some flurries here downtown, but I'm not seeing that downpour I was expecting. We're going to check in with our chief meteorologist, Dave Murray, a little later in the show. If you're wondering about school closings at 6:30 in the morning, hopefully you knew this last night, but we've got them on our website, 971talk.com. You can always go there and check that out. It's right at the top. There's a banner. We'll link you to school closings. And, you know, I wanted to play this because I was talking about it going into the break. Hillary Clinton getting all defensive back during the election in 2016 when everybody brought up her husband's crime bill, you know, with all the mandatory sentencing for drugs. This is back when, Bill Clinton and the Democrats had a little bit of a spine when it came to crime.
I'm sorry for the consequences that were unintended and that have had a very unfortunate impact on people's lives. I've seen the results of what has happened in families and in communities. That's why I chose to make my very first speech a year ago on this issue.
Yeah, to try to preemptively strike back at the people that were going to criticize your husband on criminal justice reform. That's what the president did yesterday with a sort of bipartisan support. We'll see what happens with it. And I'm sure it's sticking in the craw of the Democrats. Let me get to Jim here on line 2. Jim, good morning.
Yeah, hey, so many things. But what I wanted to say was that another Jim had called in earlier, and he seems to really understand what's happening behind the scenes. And then Tim Jones also mentioned this, that, and I had learned this a few years ago when I was getting involved in some elections up in North County. We got some Republicans elected to traditional Democratic districts. But what had happened was that after the election, it's like the Republicans had stopped remembering that they were supposed to be conservative and serve their constituents that got them into office, and they it was as if they were Republicans with a D. They were Democrats with a D in front of their names, and this is exactly what's happening in Washington, D.C. It's not that they don't understand what's happening; they do understand. It's that they do not like the conservatives, and they want to be more liberal, and we have a lot of them in the Republican Party.
Well, they campaign one way and they legislate a different way. It's the come along. It's go along to get along is what I call it. And they've done it for far too long. It is, in my opinion, Jim, what spurred the Tea Party movement. And here we are.
So we need another movement.
Here we are all these years later, and we still don't have enough votes in Congress to elect a conservative like Jim Jordan to be the Speaker of the House, which is what we need instead of a Kevin McCarthy who's going to go along to get along. The Democrats must be thrilled that a California Republican is now the minority leader for the Republicans.
Right, and it's they have their own agenda, and a lot of it has to do with them getting campaign donations or deals, business deals after they get out of office or whatever it is. It has nothing to do with the constitutional, patriotic, conservatives view of how the country should be run. Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, no, Jim. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's good stuff. Listen to Kevin McCarthy. He wants you to believe that he's a changed man. Cut number 6.
I'm very humbled to have the privilege to be able to serve and lead this conference. I will tell you our number one goal is to get America continuing moving forward. We serve in a divided government and a divided country. Our goal is to unite us back together again. Our second goal will be make sure we win the majority back.
What the hell does that mean? We need to be united. Who needs to be united? Do you need to be united with the Democrats? Do you need Republicans to be united to win the majority back? Those were a couple of very vague throwaway statements I thought Kevin McCarthy made yesterday. I was pretty disappointed to listen to it. He continued here with cut number 7, please.
We know the Democrats have a plan. They want to disrupt, they want to try to impeach, and they want to stall what achievements we've been able to move forward. But we know America is too great for such a small vision.
Yeah, I don't know, Kevin. You're not convincing me here. It's just going to take a few people. What we've noticed before is that when the Democrats are in control, whether it's in the Senate or it's in the House, they get conformity. They do. There aren't, for all of their talk of diversity in the Democratic Party, right? Because they talk about diversity a lot, and they're bringing diverse opinions to the political landscape.
What in the hell's diversity?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's that they don't harbor dissent, and they crack down and they get votes the way they want. The Republicans, on the other hand, have a wide variety of voices that speak out, and they don't always agree. And it's why we're in the situation we're in today, quite frankly. We need a good, strong, conservative minority leader. I wish we'd had one when it was a majority leader who would get things done and wasn't wishy-washy and mealy-mouthed like our Paul Ryan or Kevin McCarthy. That's why things don't get done. You have to have people that are willing to go to the mat over issues like debt and overspending on social programs and not supporting the military. I'm with the president. I'm sorry. I don't think a government shutdown would have hurt our chances in the midterm. Somebody's got to be the adult in the room. So far, it's only been the Republicans, and not lately. With the omnibus bill is the greatest example of that. You can't have people in Washington that just go along to get along. Hey, when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about, and I want to update you on what's going on in Georgia, because this is unbelievable down there. What the Democrats have asked a federal judge to do, number one, and of the 3 things they asked him to do, the one he actually went along with, which is why they continue to vote in Georgia a week and 2 days after voting ended. It's insane. That and your phone calls coming up.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
.97.1 News Time, 6:45. It's 28 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. A winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Go to 971talk.com for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast and a list of closings. St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed has filed a resolution showing city support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. The body of a missing St. Louis ballet dancer was found in Mark Twain Lake yesterday morning. In sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. They play in Las Vegas tomorrow night. This report brought to you by the Associated Press. Check out the newest podcast from the Associated Press, Ground Games, hosted by AP's digital editor Megan Crane. Ground Game is a weekly conversation with AP reporters and guests about the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts. 97.1 News Time, 6:46. It's 28 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, it is a slow commute this morning. Just factor in plenty of extra time and you should be fine. Now, the condition of the roadways kind of varies. So 70 eastbound way out west, it is a very slow go. Lake St. Louis Boulevard through the O'Fallon area, just because the road conditions are worse. Northbound 55 in the city actually looks a lot better. So give yourself plenty of time. Now, 44 is open, but boy, is it a slow go up Antire Hill this morning. We've got slow traffic eastbound 64 out at Lake St. Louis Boulevard as well. Slow-moving traffic through the valley and headed for Lindbergh. We've got accidents westbound 270 near Lilac, southbound 270 approaching Ladue Road. That's kind of on the shoulder. Accident westbound 70 near Zumbel in the left lane. We had one northbound 55 at Merrimack Bottom in the left lane. Several problems reported on the Illinois side as well. Several cars reported off the roadway. One is 5570 westbound past 64. Another one westbound 270 west of 255. So just give yourself extra time and take it easy. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 6:47.
Well, you've got a great opportunity coming up, unless you've just kind of been waiting to stumble across me with my flask in my breast pocket so you can have a sample of this BSB bourbon that I've been telling you about. This BSB brown sugar bourbon, rated one of the world's best flavored whiskeys. This stuff is outstanding. I've talked to you about it before. I have everybody I come across sample it because it's good stuff. They're going to have they only sell it at Deerberg's, by the way. This Friday, from 2 to 5 at the DePere Deerberg's, you can sample. They'll be giving out samples of this brown sugar bourbon. On this Saturday, the 17th, between 2 and 5, at the Marketplace Deerberg's, they're going to be giving out samples of this BSB brown sugar bourbon. This is good stuff. This is sipping whiskey. This is poured over a couple of ice cubes. You go to the website for Heritage Distilling, and they've got a list of recipes that you can use brown sugar bourbon in that's as long as my leg. That includes monkey bread and pumpkin pie and anything you could imagine around the holidays. You've got to try a bottle of BSB brown sugar bourbon. You can only find it at Deerberg's, and we'll update you on these tastings tomorrow in DePere, Saturday at the Marketplace from 2 to 5 at Deerberg's.
Don't get stuck in neutral. Shift your retirement plan into overdrive with your Retirement Highway with Ken Heisey and Steve Muller from the Heisey Advisory Group. Saturday nights at 7 on FM News Talk 97.1.
The Missouri Lottery presents Italian lessons for your gourmet getaway to Italy.
The fish is so delicate.
Il pesce è molto delicato.
The pasta is like little pillows filled with cheesy clouds.
La pasta è come piccoli cugini di formaggio.
I need to take a nap.
Ravioli.
For a chance to win an incredible food and sightseeing tour of Italy, France, or Napa Valley, enter the Gourmet Getaway promotion at molottery.com. Play responsibly.
There's nothing worse than investing in something big only to realize you didn't choose wisely. Your home is one of the largest investments you'll ever make, so when it's time to restore your home's exterior with James Hardie fiber cement siding, quality craftsmanship matters. Banner Construction's experienced technicians look for this one-time opportunity to add character and detail to your home. It's amazing how the right products in the right hands can transform an ordinary home into a masterpiece. Banner uses creative techniques like highlighting with subtle color variations and a generous use of architectural accents. It's this attention to detail that makes Banner the premier James Hardie contractor in St. Louis. Banner also specializes in top-quality, energy-efficient thermal replacement windows to save you money on heating and cooling. So when you're ready to transform your home with quality products and expert installation, call Banner to arrange an initial consultation. Call 314-569-1050 or check them out on the web. Thanks, and have a Banner day.
The Annie Fry Show.
Long time no see is now considered politically incorrect.
Why? Because of blind people?
The administration, no. They say it's offensive to people of Asian descent.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
FM News Talk 97.1.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blind Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
Look, if you say there's a problem with the law, that's what the legislature's there for. But to have a judge come in and announce that Florida law, after the election, we're going to change the rules in hopes of influencing the outcome, that to me is stealing the election.
Yeah, I don't know how you call that any other way. Do you? I mean, honestly, folks, this is what the Democratic vote getters, the lawyers in Georgia and Florida, are trying to do. Yesterday, a judge ruled on a motion by attorneys for Stacey Abrams, right? And there's a requirement in Georgia law. It's pretty clear, and I went in and did a little bit of research on it, right? If you file for an application for an official absentee ballot in Georgia, this is the information they need: the application date, your date of birth, your social security number, and a daytime contact number, and your address where you're registered. That's what they need. And when you vote, if you don't provide that stuff, they're not going to count the vote. In fact, I found a webpage run by the Democratic Party of Georgia. Georgia Democrats, paid for by the Democratic Party of Georgia, frequently asked questions along with a voter protection hotline. Question: where does a voter return a completed application? Well, voters need to return the completed application to their county registrar via mail, by fax, by email, or in person. A voter must provide at least their name, residence, date of birth, and a signature. So what did the Democrats do? After the vote, when they didn't get as many votes as they would have liked, when they didn't gather up or steal as many votes as they would have liked, they've decided to manufacture some. So they had attorneys go in federal court and sue to try to force the state to go back and count any absentee ballots that had been thrown out because the person that mailed them in didn't include their date of birth or a signature. If one of those two things were missing, they wanted to force them to go back and count those anyway. Even though those weren't the rules going into the election, they want to go back and change the rules so they can manufacture votes. And a judge freaking went along with them. They found a federal court judge named Steve Jones who swept in and ruled that the county's certified vote tally must include absentee ballots on which the voter's date of birth is missing or incorrect. He did stop right there, though, because they also wanted him to go in and say, if somebody's so stupid that they voted in the wrong county, you should count it anyway. Because Georgia law says not only do you have to vote in your precinct, you have to vote in your county. And if you don't, it's invalid. They wanted this judge to go in and change Georgia law and to grandfather in all of these votes that should have been counted anyway. There were about 1,000 of them. Now, bear in mind, she's so far behind that it wouldn't have mattered. Those aren't enough votes to let her win. But the judge said, no, I'm not going that far. That's ridiculous. But I am going to let other people who were too stupid to follow the rules and put their date of birth on there, we're going to count those votes. So they're trying desperately to steal this election. And that's just what people need to know. So it's embarrassing. I'm just telling you. I'm sickened by it. There's no doubt what's going on down there. In the end, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a Republican governor in Florida, despite what Andrew Gillum says. You're going to have a Republican senator from Florida because Rick Scott is going to be elected. Bill Nelson's got to give up here because they're supposed to quit voting this morning. Quit counting at like 10:30. And Stacey Abrams is going to lose in Georgia. In the meantime, they're just making horses' asses out of themselves and embarrassing us. Hey, let me point out today's first responder Thanksgiving spotlight. It is the Kirkwood Fire Department. Thanks to all of you down there in Kirkwood for all that you do. We appreciate you. And let me get to Chief Jim Silvernail here with the Kirkwood Fire Department. Chief, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Mark?
I'm good. Good to get you on the phone. Thank you for all you do, and please pass along our thanks to all of your crew members.
I will. Thank you very much for having me on.
You bet. Tell us a little bit about Kirkwood Fire and Rescue.
Kirkwood, we just celebrated our 100th year as a paid fire department, and this year, 2018. The fire department's been around really since 1904 as a volunteer agency, but in 1918 we put the paid fire department on. We currently serve our community through 3 fire stations strategically placed throughout our 9 square miles in Kirkwood, and we have over 53 men and women who protect the city and do it every day on a very professional and outstanding basis, and I can't say enough about them. But we do everything from fire to EMS to hazmat mitigation, and we solve all the hazards of the city.
That's outstanding. You got anybody putting it on the line in guns and hoses?
We do not this year.
Okay.
We're hopeful for next year, but not this year.
That's a great event coming up next Wednesday night, just to remind people that they can probably still get tickets for that. Chief, thank you so much, and we appreciate everything you do on a daily basis.
Well, thank you very much.
You bet. Chief Jim Silvernell there with the Kirkwood Fire and Rescue. Go to our website, 971talk.com, for more information. You can also donate to Responder Rescue. We have a link there that helps these first responders when they're in need. Thanks to the Range St. Louis West, St. Louis Kalachi, the 2018 Nissan Titan for sponsoring our First Responder Thanksgiving Spotlight. Go find out more on our website. We're going to be back right after the top of the hour. We're going to talk to Jim Talent and Tommy Lahren from Fox News.
KFTK FM Florissant, KFTK AM East St. Louis, K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk, 97.1.
A radio.com station.
All right, Victory Men's Health. Boy, they've got some cutting-edge technology at Victory Men's Health right now. You need to set up an appointment and find out if they can help you be you again. They've got testosterone replacement therapy. They have IV therapy if it's a blood work issue and they determine that there's something going on with you that they can correct. They can make you have more energy, lose weight faster. All of these things happen when the testosterone levels drop, and when you can rebuild that, you start to feel like you used to, and it's a tremendous difference. They've also started doing stem cell therapy for erectile dysfunction. They've also got their wave therapy, which is using sound waves to break up plaque in blood vessels, and they've had tremendous results. They do all this stuff right in the office. It's pain-free, it's quick, and you're going to appreciate the results. Go to Victory Men's Health. Set up your initial appointment today, just minutes from downtown. It's victorymenshealth.com.
They're on deadline in Florida. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Amid all the legal challenges, the recount has to be completed this afternoon, but another may be looming.
It is quite possible the race for Senate and even others may still show less than a 0.25 percentage point difference between candidates. Such a scenario triggers a second recount under law, one to be completed manually.
Fox's Evan Brown in Broward County. It's up to 56 people dead in that Northern California wildfire, and the search continues for more in the 8,600 homes that burned down. But this woman says despite everything lost,
I feel stronger now than I probably have felt in years, even in the middle of all this stuff.
Other evacuees say it's brought them closer to family. 3 people were killed in Southern California fires. Indictments in Saudi Arabia and the murder of a journalist, but Turkey is not impressed. Fox's Simon Owen monitoring live from London.
Dave, Turkey's foreign minister calling Saudi Arabia's announcement of charges in the case of Jamal Khashoggi unsatisfactory and saying suspects in the killing should be tried in Turkey. The Saudi chief prosecutor has announced the indictment of 11 suspects, recommending 5 of them face the death penalty. But Turkey is questioning the thoroughness of the Saudi investigation, saying those who gave the order for the journalist's killing at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul need to be revealed. Dave?
Simon, President Trump venting about the special counsel again, tweeting in all caps, a total witch hunt like no other in American history. Writing the inner workings of the Mueller investigation are a total mess. They found no collusion and have gone absolutely nuts and don't care how many lives they ruin. Democrats have often criticized the president for trying to undermine the Russia probe. Michael Avenatti, famed for being porn star Stormy Daniels' lawyer going after President Trump and for representing one of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh's accusers, busted in Los Angeles for domestic violence.
I have never struck a woman. I never will strike a woman.
Avenatti says he'll be exonerated.
This is Fox News.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
97.1 News Time, 7:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Dave Murray. The snow will come to an end later this morning and turn into flurries this afternoon. We'll have a high of 34. Clear, cold tonight, low of 28. Partly sunny tomorrow, high around 40. It's 28 degrees right now. Again, a winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Moderate to heavy snow continues this morning. It will taper off by this afternoon. About 4 to 8 inches of snow is expected from the St. Louis metro area to points north and east. Go to 971talk.com. Click on the banner for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast, and there's also a link for closings all on 971talk.com. St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed has filed a resolution showing city support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. The group behind the effort, MLS for the Lou, will be applying to Major League Soccer for an expansion team. The resolution will be introduced at the Board of Aldermen meeting tomorrow. It could be voted on immediately. The body of a missing St. Louis ballet dancer was found in Mark Twain Lake yesterday morning. 23-year-old Rafaela Stroick lived in St. Louis and performed with the St. Louis Ballet, but is originally from Indiana. Officials say a private plane pilot located her body in the water. She was last seen Monday morning at Whole Foods in Town and Country, and her car was then found later that day parked near a boat ramp at the lake. Authorities say foul play is not suspected and autopsy results are pending. Bayer is giving more than $1.2 million in grants to the Muni and Lift for Life Academy for their ongoing renovation projects. The Muni will receive $1 million over 5 years to assist with improvements that include rebuilding the entire stage. Lift for Life Academy will receive $246,000 to add 6 new STEM-focused classrooms. This report brought to you by Brinton Vision. Marc Cox's choice for vision correction, 314-375-2020, BrintonVision.com. 97.1 News Time, 7:04. It's 28 degrees. In sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 in Chicago last night. Defenseman Jay Bouwmeester accidentally kicked the puck into his own net early in the second period, ending the Blackhawks' 8-game losing streak. It was the Blues' second straight loss after winning 4 of 5 as they fell to 6-7-3 on the season. The Blues take on the Golden Knights in Las Vegas tomorrow night. And the Seahawks host the Packers on Thursday Night Football. Kickoff is 7:20. This report brought to you by the Associated Press. Check out the newest podcast from the Associated Press, Ground Game, hosted by AP's digital editor Megan Crane. Ground Game is a weekly conversation with AP reporters and guests about the top political issues around the country, available on Apple Podcasts. 97.1 News Time, 7:05. It's 28 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Holy cow. So it's one of these mornings, and we have varying road conditions depending on where you are. Now, there is a real jam out west for eastbound 70 and eastbound 64 drivers. It's just snow-covered out there, and it's very heavy and slow from their merge past Route A through St. Louis. Looks like, almost through O'Fallon area. So Lake St. Louis through O'Fallon is a slow go for 70 drivers. It looks like eastbound 64 is the same way out west, and then it gets a little bit better. Now, we have an accident reported westbound 6440 at Chesterfield Parkway West in the right lane. We have accidents all over the place. Westbound 270 west of Lilac. Accident northbound 55 at Merrimack Bottom. Accident reported northbound 67 south of 55 this morning. Now, crews just cleared an accident westbound 6440 at Spady. That one was in the left lane. They've just reopened things. Traffic is finally moving through there. We had an accident eastbound 44 approaching Bowles and one westbound 44 past Arsenal, and of course that's in the middle of the construction zone in the left lane. Just give yourself extra time. Go slowly. Traffic brought to you by RP Lumber. Best service, best value. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 7:07.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Heaviest snow will be this morning, then tapering off as we go through the afternoon. 34 for the high. It's a cold day. Tonight, 28 for the overnight low. Friday, going to see an effect on temperatures because of the fresh snow cover, but it will be warmer. Low 40s on Friday. Saturday, increasing clouds, 42. Sunday, a little light snow, but no big deal. 35 for the high on Sunday. This is FM News Talk 97.1 Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's 7:07 and 28 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Dear beloved home, you've always been there for us. From our kids playing in the bathtub when they were little to teaching our son how to shave for the very first time. But now we have 3 teenagers, and it's created quite the traffic jam. Right Bath by Mosby gave us a wide variety of design choices, all in the latest styles to reflect our tastes. Thank you, Right Bath, for helping us bring an end to the daily bathroom wars and for helping us love our home again for years to come.
Call 909-1820 or visit rightbath.com. Right Bath by Mosby. Home never felt so good.
Why does Hardee's make biscuits from scratch? That's like asking why clowns scare people. Because it's what we were born to do, and because it makes them delicious. We were also born to let you choose from our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage and egg biscuit, or Frisco breakfast sandwich, and mix and match any 2 of these for only $4. That's right, as newborns, we came up with this 2 for $4 mix and match idea and started making delicious biscuits from scratch. Talk about proud parents.
Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
All right, so you're stuck in traffic somewhere this morning, and you're thinking about all the places you'd rather be than stuck in traffic. So imagine yourself watching a crackling fire, drinking some nice Missouri red wine or whatever bottle of wine that you prefer, and you can do that at Sugar Creek Winery. Just want to point that out. Of course, it's supposed to be 50 again tomorrow. We're going to get an updated forecast from Dave Murray here soon. But no matter what time of year it is, you can go out to Sugar Creek Winery and have a great time. They've got a wonderful indoor facility out there where they've got the crackling fireplace, and you can look outside and look at the beautiful snowfall there out over the riverbank near Defiance, and it's beautiful. And it's just as beautiful this time of year as it is in the middle of the summer. So it's just not as warm outside. So you go to Sugar Creek and you have a great time. They are open 11 to 6 every day. They don't go to that weekend schedule till January and February. So right now, this weekend, you can make your plans now to go out to Sugar Creek Winery and check them out. You're going to love what Ken and Becky Miller have done out there. It is sugarcreekwines.com.
Your Gateway area Acura dealers are breaking all the rules during our Season of Performance event. You won't find deals like this anywhere. The most awarded and well-equipped luxury vehicles on the road are now the most affordable and easy to buy or lease. Get special holiday pricing on the new ILX, TLX, RDX, and MDX, only during our Season of Performance event. Rules were meant to be broken, not your budget. Shop and save at GatewayAreaAcuraDealers.com.
If you're having payroll tax problems, the IRS can and will come to your business and shut it down. Hi, this is Lance Drury, and I'm an experienced tax attorney based right here in St. Louis. Look, the IRS takes payroll tax issues very seriously, and penalties are extremely high. As a business owner, you can be held personally responsible, so shutting your business down will not protect you. Call my office and set up a free confidential appointment today. I have over 12 years of extensive experience dealing with the IRS and payroll tax issues, and I can help you resolve your problems quickly. Remember, if you have payroll tax problems, you have serious legal problems. You need an attorney who specializes in tax law. You need me, Lance Drury. Call 314-260-6120 or toll-free 888-367-6512 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Did you know AAA offers competitive rates on auto insurance? Go to AAA.com/insurance for a free quote today and find out how much you could save. Insurance through AAA. Visit AAA.com/insurance today.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blind, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
All right, welcome back. It snowed, just like
Sure
they told
did.
us it would.
Still is.
It is snowing still downtown anyway. I'm not sure about where you are, but it's created a mess as we expected. Sue Thomas has had her hands full. We had 44 shut down down there near Pacific coming in towards St. Louis. And, you know, I'm looking around, and the roads appear to me to be straightening up quite a bit out there at this point. I think the snow melt is working. It's warmed up slightly. It's all going to be good. We're going to get Dave Murray on here coming up in just about an hour to get an updated forecast and what he thinks. Strikes me the whole thing hit a little earlier than they originally thought overnight, which probably made the commute maybe a little better than expected, I would think.
I was just talking to our good friends, Tom Ackerman and Debbie Monterey over there at our sister station, and they said not one, not two, not three cars have run into snowplows, but 4 cars have cars have hit snowplows.
You know, it's people that want to beat you want to get around it. And all of a sudden, you make a bad decision, you jerk, to the side and try and get around that truck, and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we watched it this morning on the way in. Denise and I were on the way in, and there was a snow plow in front of us. And I thought one guy that passed it was entirely too close when he tried to get around it. Mm-hmm. And I could be wrong, but I kind of call it the way I see it. The majority of these auto accidents on a morning like this are caused by people who are impatient and think that they can drive faster than everyone else. And they get out in those snow-packed lanes
and learn
and they lose control, and then there's an accident and everybody's hosed. So just calm down. You're going to get to work. But,
don't be a jerk.
We made it in this morning. Our boss made it in from St. Charles County this morning. You can get there. You just need to slow down. Just assume your school is closed. If you don't know it by now, you're way behind the 8 ball anyway, right? You're way behind. Seriously. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to sit here and read school closings. See, I'm just not going to do it.
No,
so you can go to our
find the
website.
list on our website.
Yep,
absolutely.
971talk.com. Right across the top banner is a link to all that stuff, and you can get the latest on that. Everybody's in storm mode this morning. I'm looking at the local TV stations.
Are we in? Can we say that? Are we in storm mode?
I don't know if that's copyrighted or not. Storm stressed? Are we in storm stress? I'm not stressed by it. It's fine.
No, you're driving, so I'm good.
But I will say, I did pick Denise up this morning on the way in. I found her hitchhiking down the side of the road there. No, just kidding.
Not true.
Not true. I'm watching, though, the local news coverage of this, which is still pretty amazing to me.
Please don't drive in this, but watch me drive in this.
How far we've not come now.
I know what we'll do.
They're driving around in a pickup truck on Channel 4 right now with one of their meteorologists in the car.
Yeah.
Because, of course, being out in it, it's easier to forecast the snow as opposed to being in the studio where all of the snow forecasting equipment is.
Roads look pretty good where they are.
Yeah. The roads actually, they look a little wet, but they're not snow-packed anymore.
Yeah.
And we talked to Dave Murray earlier this week, and I was joking with him about all the snow coverage I did through the years and having to stand at the Tam Avenue overpass right down there by the zoo.
Oh, yeah.
That was just the go-to place because you needed a place where you could kind of get out of traffic, and that's not a heavily traveled bridge there, so that's where they would send you. And it just came to be a standing joke. If it snowed, somebody was going to the Tam Avenue overpass.
Mark, I have to be honest. I'm a little disappointed that when you picked me up this morning, you didn't have on the Russian hat.
I should have put the Russian hat on.
You even mentioned that yesterday.
It's
part of my collusion.
I mean, my expectation was there.
It's so hot,
made
though.
That
it's
very
kind of
clear.
you can sweat in that thing in a driving snow. So, but my point is, Dave Murray told me, that became such a joke that we had to pass a rule that we weren't sending anybody to the Tam Avenue overpass. And I watched their team coverage on Fox 2 a little earlier, and sure enough, there was nobody at the Tam Avenue overpass.
Or Tam's
I know
now.
the Tam Avenue overpass is lonely this morning. How about that? All right. Hey, lots going on here. they've picked some new leadership spots in the Senate and the House, and I'm interested to see how that all works out. We're supposed to get final vote totals, at least in Florida this morning, for that recount, although Palm Beach County is still running behind for some odd reason. So there's a lot going on. We're keeping our eye on all of it. But right now I want to welcome in our guests, please. Jim Talent joining us on the phone this morning. BipartisanPolicyCenter.org is the website. Those are the folks he's doing some work for these days. Jim, how are you?
Well, I'm fine, Mark. Personally, I like the fact that some things don't change. So when there's a big snowfall, everybody goes a little bit nuts, and people get it. Meteorologists get in cars and drive around, which I guess is probably the worst place to be for them to do their job, right?
These news directors used to come to the opinion that take me somewhere, show me something. Mm-hmm. That was their famous saying. So if you're a live reporter out on the scene, you're supposed to walk through the snow or get out a ruler and stick it down in the snow to show how deep it is. You got to show something. So that's it.
Yeah, you got to have good TV or good radio.
That's right.
The case may be, right?
One of the two. So hopefully things calm down and there'll be bread back on the shelves by this afternoon and everything will be back to normal.
Yeah, I think it will be. I got to get to the airport this morning. I'm going to Houston to the Bush School. I'm going to talk about biological terrorism, or the danger of a biological attack or a natural pandemic.
Wow.
So it's going to be a real upbeat kind of discussion.
Well, at least you got a sense of humor about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's you got to laugh or cry. So it's a dangerous thing. I mean, one of the points I make when I do these discussions is that we as a country are not as security conscious in general as we should be, because our long history has meant that the homeland, anyway, is safe because of distance and the oceans. But the nature of modern technology is such that the oceans don't protect us anymore. It's just a reality, and it's one that the leadership establishment in Washington hasn't really absorbed. And if they don't absorb it, they can't tell the people about it. So it's going to be interesting. I'm talking mostly to students, and that's always fun.
Sure. And so is it the threat of, when you say biological warfare, somebody releasing something biological in the United States as a form of terror?
Yeah. In other words, and it's mostly a threat from terrorists or radicals, because although it's possible rogue states could do it, but I mean, to sum it up briefly, the advances in life science now make it fully within the capability of small, non-state groups to isolate and weaponize pathogens and release it into the population. And because the world's population is so mobile now, it's much more difficult to control it, to even to identify at the early stages and control it. And if we don't have the medical countermeasures and the means of dispensing them, which we don't, then you can rapidly get to a pandemic. And from the standpoint, if you're a radical group, I mean, the destruction you get to the right of the bang, in other words, after the attack,
right,
is potentially very, very high. In fact, this is a greater danger, in my view, even than the use of nukes by such groups, because there are practical. The nature of nuclear technology makes it easier for us harder for them to get it, and easier for us to identify when they do have it and to stop them. So it's a real problem.
Well,
and I did a lot of work on it about 8 or 9 years ago, and and speak periodically on it.
Well, I'm glad that somebody's paying attention to it, because clearly in today's charged political climate in the United States, we're all distracted.
Yeah, and I do think it's possible. I think there is. It's more possible in this area to get. It's not a consensus to get more people in Washington to actually start trying to work together on some of these issues. They're not as naturally divisive as some of the others in today's climate. So I'm going to be talking to some members of Congress about this also at a breakfast in a couple weeks. The problem is it's hard to prepare for these things. In other words, it's not just a question of saying, okay, we want to do it. It requires an effort on a lot of different levels of government at the same time, over time. And that's the kind of thing that we don't do very well. So even if people say, oh, wow, yeah, we need to do this, it's hard to make progress over time. So, but, we keep working.
Yeah,
I think I've hijacked your interview.
No. I'm
talk about this.
That's fascinating stuff to me, and I think it's something people need to be aware of. That there are people talking about that possibility, because if it ever happens, people are going to come on the news and say, "I didn't even know that was a threat." So I'm glad you brought it up. Quite frankly,
right?
Yeah, that's good.
And the worst case scenarios, the downside of it. We're used to thinking of downsides primarily politically. That's part of the problem. In other words, oh wow, if this happens, who'll get blamed for it?
Right.
But the downsides of this are far greater than the politics of it. Maybe we'll do. If you want to have a segment on it sometime, we can talk about it. Maybe do a little more justice to it.
Would love to do that. Maybe while I've got you on here, just very quickly.
Yeah.
Brexit. I haven't talked about this a lot since probably the 2016 election. I think there was an undercurrent of the European feeling about Brexit. A lot of it had to do with immigration and open borders, and Donald Trump played up on that some in his run-up to the election. Now they're trying to hammer out exactly how they're going to back out of the European Union, and not everybody's happy with the deal over there.
No, well, the EU wanted this to fail because, first of all, part of that is just personal. They're angry about it. And part of it is, if this is successful, in other words, if Britain leaves the European Union successfully, well, they're very concerned, and rightfully so, that other nations will do the same. And the mistake, in my opinion, that the British government made was not preparing from the beginning to leave without a deal. Okay, so they should have from the beginning been prepared to say to the EU, look, if we'd like a deal, but we're going to be fine if you don't give us one, because that's the negotiating logic they should have grabbed a hold of, because otherwise we're now down near the end, and the Europeans figure if we don't give them a deal, they'll have to leave without one, and they're not prepared, and it'll be a disaster, which is exactly what they want, see? So I think that's a mistake they made. It's difficult. These things are not easy, so I'm not pointing fingers, but now they've got to prepare pretty quickly, I think, for no deal, because I don't think the Europeans are going to give them one.
No, I think you're right. To me, it all got back to a lack of understanding in Brussels what the real concerns were with this sort of open border policies that they adopted, and the impact. I think people in Britain felt like they were losing their identity to some extent. And they were a little tired of losing that control, and that fed into all of this.
Oh, listen, this would be a good segment to have too. That was part of it. Part of it was the way the EU functions. It has a lot of enormous power is exercised by people who are not democratically chosen. Part of it is concerns about the EU taking over more and more areas of what people rightfully regard as their own laws. Part of it was the immigration issues, and then the migrant policies that Merkel followed, which, by the way, were in violation of some of the EU rules, made it all much worse. And the EU's got a problem a lot bigger than just Britain. I mean, the Italians are very angry. The Southern Europe just doesn't fit well in the EU, and I don't know that they're going to be here 10 years from now, regardless of what happens with the British exit.
Well, and people, for a lot of people, this is like watching paint dry because they don't think it impacts their lives, but it's going to have a big impact on trade deals, and the EU's going to have to renegotiate with the U.S. They already have. The British are going to have to renegotiate with the EU. And with the United States, so it's going to impact everyone.
Yeah, one thing I never believed, if I'd been a British citizen. I guess they say British subject, right? Because they have a queen.
Right.
You argue for or against staying in the EU, but I never thought that it was necessarily going to be some disaster if they got out. I mean, there's no reason in principle why Britain can't relate to the rest of Europe the same way the United States or China or Japan does from an economic standpoint. I mean, you can be they're a powerful economic country economically, and and all over the world. I mean, the countries are independent; they're not part of other, supernatural affiliations, and they relate with each other in trade. And so, I never thought that they couldn't do this. The question is whether they've done it well enough to make it a success.
Well, Jim, good luck with your travel this morning. I know there have been some flight delays out there, so we wish you the best.
Thank you very much. I'll
All right.
be on the road soon.
Yep, we'll talk to you soon. Appreciate that. Former Senator Jim Talent there. Boy, this Brexit deal, man, they're trying to put in a 21-month transition period. A lot of people just let's get this over with. We voted on it 2 years ago. Why are we still going to be in it 4 years later? It's crazy. 314-241-9797. Tommy Laren's going to join us. You've heard a lot about some of the stuff they're doing at Fox. She's going to join us to talk more about that. We can talk about Fox backing CNN on this Jim Acosta deal at the White House. That's got some people peeved. Plus, coming up, Eric Schmidt, Attorney General designate for the state of Missouri, going to fill Josh Hawley's seat. We're going to have him live at about 8:10. We'll be right back. Hey, you know what? It's that time of year when people are, nearing the end of the season. They've got maybe some money left in a flex plan or a health spending account and that sort of thing. In some cases, you can't carry all that over. And the folks at Brenton are happy to work with you over that. They gladly accept that if you want to go have your life changed. Quite frankly, if you've struggled with your vision or you've started to have to use readers a lot lately, maybe you didn't think you were a candidate for some of the eye procedures that are out there, go talk to Dr. Brenton and the folks at Brenton Vision. We were that way with my wife. We weren't sure what would work for her, what wouldn't. She went in, she had the RLE, the lens implant, and she's reading fine details that she doesn't need readers for it anymore. She loves it. It's transformative. They've got a new thing they're only doing right now here that helps people with astigmatisms. So call them at 314-375-2020 or go to BrentonVision.com.
I'm going to talk to you about something most people don't think about: carpet cleaning. At Woodard, we think about it a lot. You see, we've been cleaning carpets and rugs for over 70 years now. We've visited hundreds of thousands of St. Louis homes. And you know what? We've pretty much seen it all. But that's a good thing, because it means no matter what, we know what it takes to get the job done right. The gimmicks other carpet cleaners brag about, well, they don't make one bit of difference. What does matter is having folks who've seen it all and cleaned it all, who can give you honest advice on how to take care of your carpets, floors, and the antique rug that's been in your family for generations. We appreciate family legacy. We've created one of our own right here in St. Louis. Home is a cherished place. To you and to Woodard. For holiday cleaning specials, go to Woodard247.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump tweets that Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigators have gone absolutely nuts and are a disgrace to the nation. Arizona Senator Jeff Flake, a Republican, says he will not vote for any of the president's judicial nominees unless there's a vote on legislation to protect Mueller from being fired.
The president now has this investigation in his sights.
But the top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell says,
I think it's in no danger, and so I don't think any legislation is necessary.
In Northern California,
8 more bodies were found in the ruins of Paradise, bringing the death toll from the campfire to 56. And the number of homes destroyed in this fire just soared. 8,650 homes gone. The total number of structures destroyed, 10,321. And sadly, 130 people, almost all senior citizens, remain unaccounted for, and relatives fear the worst.
Fox's Claudia Cowan in Paradise, California. This is Fox News.
97.1 News Time, 7:31. It's 28 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer. A winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area. It goes through 6 o'clock tonight. Moderate to heavy snow continues this morning. It will taper off by this afternoon. About 4 to 8 inches of snow is expected from the St. Louis metro area to points north and east. Make sure you go to 971talk.com. You can click on the banner there for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast. There's also a link for all of the closings. Again, that's all on 971talk.com. St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed has filed a resolution showing city support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. The group behind the effort, MLS for the Lou, will be applying to Major League Soccer for an expansion team. The resolution will be introduced at the Board of Aldermen meeting tomorrow and could be voted on immediately. Bear is giving more than $1.2 million in grant money to the Muni and Lift for Life Academy for their ongoing renovation projects. And in sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. They play in Vegas tomorrow night. 97.1 News Time, 7:32.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Quite a morning on the roads, and conditions vary widely. Now, out west, it is really bad on eastbound 64 at 40, especially as you head through the Prospect area. So there is an accident reported out there approaching Highway N in the left lane, and a solid parking lot jam that goes back through 64 and 70 merge. Now, 70 out there is a slow go as well, but we have incidents all over the place. I can't tell you how many cars off the roadway have been reported this morning. Accidents, eastbound 44 approaching Bowles in the median. We had one westbound 44 past Arsenal in the left lane. And now one north outer road near Hanley. Looks like also the ramp from Hanley onto eastbound 6440. At least the right lane is blocked at the bottom of that ramp. Slow-moving traffic everywhere, as there should be. Please take it easy this morning. Accident now, northbound 270 near 44. That one reported in the median. And on the Illinois side, eastbound 64 near 158, another car off the roadway. So we are slow throughout the area this morning. Just give yourself extra time and go slowly. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 7:33.
Hey, let me tell you about Devil's River Bourbon. If you haven't tried this yet, this is great stuff. We've talked about it before. They make it down in Texas, and they make it with some of these just wonderful small batch high rye bourbons that they make. It's been voted one of the best. It's got a great deep caramel color. Get a little peppery, I think. It's a great addition to your liquor cabinet. You're going to appreciate having it in there because they're making a huge impact with some of these whiskeys and bourbons coming out of the great state of Texas. You're going to have an opportunity here very shortly to try this out because it is good stuff. They're going to have some taste testing coming up here at Deerberg's on Friday from 2 to 5. You can try it at the Brentwood Deerbergs. You're going to be able to try this Devil's River Bourbon at the Brentwood Deerbergs 2 to 5. Saturday from 1 to 3 at the Deerberg stores at Bogey Hills, Lafayette Center, and Warson Woods. So between 1 and 3 on Saturday and 2 and 5 on Friday, those Deerberg stores are going to have taste testings for this Devil's River Bourbon. You should try some today. You get it there at Deerberg's. You got it at Total Wine and More and many of the finer restaurants across St. Louis. Thanks to the folks at Lore Wine and Spirits. Try some Devil River Bourbon today.
Hi, Sean Long for STL Fenceworks. The secret formula to our success is the marriage of quality products and workmanship with next-level service unseen in our industry, all at a competitive price. These are characteristics that informed and diligent customers seek out, and our competitors cannot duplicate. When you think vinyl fence, think STL Fenceworks. We custom fabricate our own vinyl fence and gates to meet your needs. When you think aluminum and steel ornamental fence, think STL Fenceworks. We purchase truckload quantities, passing the savings on to you. Decks? STL Fenceworks is the largest wholesaler of Wolf cellular PVC decking products in the Midwest. Wolf has proven to exceed the quality and warranty of any other synthetic decking product, and our craftsmen will bring your vision to life. STL Fenceworks is the confluence of quality, service, and affordability. That's value. Give us the opportunity, and we will exceed your expectations. At STL Fenceworks, your satisfaction is our passion.
This is the Long-Term Care Minute. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, of the 16 million veterans who served during World War II, less than 558,000 are still alive. To make things worse, many of them now need long-term care. With the average cost of nursing home care approaching $7,000 monthly, we wondered, what should veterans do? For some advice on this, we called on long-term care expert and best-selling author Don Quante. So Don, what should our veterans do?
Well, quite simply, we recommend our veterans get a free copy of my book, Tax-Free Money for Long-Term Care, where they will learn about a little-known veterans benefit that may allow them to receive up to $26,000 a year tax-free to pay for long-term care. Give me a call right now. The next 30 listeners will get a free copy of my book.
That sounds great, Don. Just call 800-256-1607. That's 800-256-1607. This has been the Long-Term Care Minute.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blinds, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
Never before have I turned on you. You look too good to me.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
And I just can't let you be. But it's a free for all, and a fighter said, you can bet your life. Stakes are high, and so am I. It's in the air tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for helping take back America. People all over the place are calling me, writing on the airports here, there. Thank you for saving America. I give those thanks to you. Thank you for saving America. Reverend Sharpton, thank you for saving America.
Show some RESPICT.
Always funny.
Nancy Pelosi, panderer extraordinaire, hoping that showing some love to Al Sharpton might rescue her leadership position, I guess. I don't know. What a mess. What a mess that is. Hey, let's get to our guest. Thrilled to have her with us this morning, Tomi Lahren from Fox News. Tommy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're in the middle of Snowmageddon here in St. Louis today.
Well, hey, I got to tell you, most of California seems like it's on fire. So It's been a difficult month for us all, I think.
No kidding. Well, I mean, we always overreact to a little bit of snow here. You'd think that we never get it, but the roads are always a mess, and that's kind of what we're dealing with. It's almost like Washington. It's a real mess right now.
Well, hey, as Nancy said, though, she's so happy that she's saving the country along with Al Sharpton, so at least we can find comfort in that this Thanksgiving. Yeah, well, Al sure is willing to take the praise. I'm certain about that. One thing that I wanted to I appreciated your comments the other day. In fact, after Michelle Obama came out promoting her book, I love that ABC promoted its exclusive interview with a former First Lady who's hawking a book. And in it, she talked about how she finally just quit trying to smile at the inauguration. Like we couldn't tell that she wasn't very happy about being there. But I love the fact that you fired back on her a little bit. Well, the thing that bothers me so much about the former First Family, just in general, is the superiority complex that they always seem to have. And then they turn around and they play the victim. And I'm so tired of this from the Obama family, and it's repetitive. And I think we see it a lot from Michelle, and it's constant digs at President Trump, constant digs at Melania. But then she turns around and wonders why Melania doesn't seek her advice. It's very interesting to me how tone deaf that they are and how much they still feel that they have an impact on this country and that they're loved and wanted by this country, when, in fact, if you look at President Obama, her husband, the races that he went and campaigned for, all of his candidates lost. So where she gets the superiority complex, I don't understand. Yeah, it's a problem. I've been bothered by that as well. The embrace between George W. Bush and the Clintons, now Michelle Obama talking about how much she's in love with the Bush family. And, when they're on the national scene, they're all blasting each other. And behind the scenes, we find out that they're all one big happy family. It's not a surprise that Americans turn to a president like Donald Trump, who's broken that mold and is willing
to speak the truth and to say things that I feel like I would be saying if I was elected to that office.
Well, at the end of the day, what we're really seeing is just true jealousy, and it's on the left and the right for someone like Donald Trump, because Donald Trump doesn't need them. He doesn't need the establishment. He doesn't need the Democrats. He's America first. And that really rubs people the wrong way, because they're used to this praise of power, this praise of money and establishment and tradition. And Donald Trump comes in and says, I don't care about any of that. I got my own money, and I care about the American people. And they can't stand that.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, I've been hearing all the promos, and we've been running them here on, obviously, the radio station, because we're a Fox News Radio affiliate, about Fox Nation. And it is sort of an on-demand streaming service. Can you explain to people better what kind of content they're going to get on that?
A little bit of everything. I promise you, Fox Nation, if you love Fox News, you're going to love Fox Nation, because we are taking over the streaming service side of news, because we feel like 24-hour news isn't enough. You need to have something on demand. You need to have something that you can stream on your devices, on your phone. And for those people that have long commutes, they sit in a bus or a train, or they sit in an airport this holiday season, download Fox Nation. We're going to launch. We're going to have documentaries. We're going to have short-form content. You're going to get my commentaries on there. You're going to see your favorite Fox News hosts and some new faces, and we're going to be available on demand whenever you need it.
Yeah, see, that's great, because most of the time, if you're sitting in an airport somewhere because your flight's delayed, the only thing on TV is CNN. How the hell did they get that deal?
Well, no, and it's repulsive, and I noticed that, and it's really what it is. It's brainwashing. So I would love to see the look on people's faces when we have Fox Nation streaming on our phones, and we turn it up loud and proud so that they can hear it in the airports loud and clear that we are Fox Nation, Fox News fans, and maybe we can change some minds and get some real news out there and combat some fake news, especially in the airports this holiday season.
Yeah, I hope so. I found myself frustrated, though, honestly, before going to the Fox News app and sometimes having trouble either pulling it up live or getting access to some of the information on there. So this streaming service takes care of that problem, right?
Yep, and no commercials. So it's not something that you have to worry about buffering. You don't have to worry about ads playing. We're going to have content there, and it's going to be a library of content. So a lot of times we like to explain it as the Netflix of Fox News.
Yeah.
So in concept, that's kind of what we're dealing with. But you're going to have so much content available on Fox Nation, and it's going to constantly repopulating. So not only are you going to see stuff from me like commentaries, but I took a trip to the border. We're going to see that in long form. We actually spent some time with Border Patrol. So instead of seeing things in short little sound bites, you're going to get to see your favorite Fox News host actually go out in the field, do things, spend some time with the real people that make this country tick, and that's what we call it, Fox Nation.
Yeah, well, Tommy Lahren is our guest from Fox News. And, you know, Tommy, before I let you go, I'd like to get your thoughts on this attempt by these election lawyers, these Democrat election lawyers, to overturn the will of the people in 3 major races in the South, because they're not giving up.
No, they're not, and as we've seen, they still haven't accepted the results of the 2016 election. So
true.
I'm not surprised. I'm just waiting for them to find, X ballots from 2016 that were for Hillary Clinton and somehow try to change that one at this point. But, again, I think the American people are so frustrated, and we always got to look at Florida and say, what the heck is going on here? And moving forward, I am sure that we will be confirmed that, in fact, the truth is the truth. We voted who we voted for. Florida voted who it voted for, and we keep done with this nonsense.
Yeah.
But again, I don't expect anything different from the Democrats, because they always like to change the rules after the fact. So it's a circus once again.
Yep, getting their advice from Al Gore, I'm afraid. That's the truth. Tommy, thank you for your time, and we'll look forward to the new Fox Nation streaming on demand. Thank you.
Thank you, guys, and happy early Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you too. We appreciate that. Tommy Lahren there from Fox News. I'm intrigued by this. I've been frustrated as a conservative trying to get information on my phone and on some of these apps, and this sounds like it might be the solution to that. We'll find out when it comes. It's going to debut November 27th, by the way, coming up right after Thanksgiving. Hey, phone lines are filling up here. 314-241-9797. If you got any questions about traffic, you got questions about school closings, go to our website there, 971talk.com. We'll be right back.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 7:46. It's 28 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. Winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Go to 971talk.com for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast and a list of closings. The body of a missing St. Louis ballet dancer was found in Mark Twain Lake yesterday morning. A lawsuit that was filed after a woman was thrown out of a city council meeting in Wentzville over the phrase "In God We Trust" has been settled. In sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. They play in Las Vegas tomorrow night. This report brought to you by the Associated Press. Check out the newest podcast from the Associated Press, Ground Game, hosted by AP's digital editor, Megan Crane. Ground Game is a weekly conversation with AP reporters and guests about the top political issues around the country, available on Apple Podcasts. 97.1 News Time, 7:47. It's 28 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Bit of a rough commute this morning, and of course it's weather related. We have road conditions that vary widely. Some of these lanes are wide open on 55 and 6440, but it depends on where. 6440 out west is snow-packed, and it's a slow go. From the 6470 merge through the Lake St. Louis Boulevard area, we also have a slow go on 70 out at the Lake St. Louis area. Then things open up a bit, but it is slow traffic throughout the entire area. Here are some highlights. Accident eastbound 44 near Williams Road, and that's blocking the right lane. 44 at Bowles, we had an accident in the median. Westbound past Arsenal 44, there was an accident in the left lane. We also had an accident eastbound 6440 approaching Highway N in all that jam out west. Hopefully they've got that one cleared. Now an accident northbound 270. This one is near the 44 interchange. Watch for that one in the left lane. Accident reported northbound 270 just north of the Rock Road. That's there in the left lane. And westbound 270, another accident. This one approaching Bell Fountain, and this time in the right lane. We also have a real jam on eastbound 6440 between McKnight and Big Bend. Then things open up. Looks like there's a stall or at least a vehicle blocking partially the right lane at the bottom of the ramp from Hanley to eastbound 6440. Not a lot of volume on the Poplar Street Bridge, so not too many people headed in from Illinois. Traffic brought to you by the Exergen Temporal Scanner. Moms can take the worry out of cold and flu season with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. It's the most accurate thermometer available and the #1 choice of pediatricians. With just a gentle scan across the forehead, you get an accurate reading every time. Protect your little ones with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time, 7:49.
One of the things I love about the Garden View Care Center, among other things, is that they love to brag about what they do with their patients, and not from a marketing standpoint, but just to let us know, look, this is an example of what Veterans Day looks like at Garden View Care Center. And they sent me a video of them presenting an award to a 99-year-old veteran who was there, who was talking about his service in World War II. And I mean, it was just amazing to hear him talk about some of his memories and the joy on his face when they gave him this it was basically just a piece of paper honoring what he did. That's what they do there. They know the life story of all these folks. It's their forever home in a lot of cases. They've been there for a couple of years. And it makes a difference. It makes it the kind of place where you would want to take your loved one.
And that's why they created, the Assisted Living Plus idea. I mean, the Garden View Care Centers have been offering excellence in memory and dementia care services for more than 30 years. So if you have a loved one that's showing signs of memory loss, you don't wait. Don't put off the decision. Take a tour of one of the Garden View Care Centers locations or go to gvcc.com and request an in-home evaluation. Find out how Assisted Living Plus at the Garden View Care Centers can work for you, for your loved one, and for your family. Again, Alzheimer's, it's a progressive disease where dementia symptoms worsen over time. And the staff at all 3 of their locations receive certified training from the Alzheimer's Association that focuses on how to work with and care for dementia residents. So take a tour at one of their 3 locations, Chesterfield, Doherty Ferry at Big Bend, or O'Fallon. Go to gvcc.com.
Shopping for a new home this weekend? Call Golden Oak Lending today and get pre-approved right over the phone so you'll know exactly how much home you can afford and be a valued buyer. Call 314-567-GOLD, NMLS 114937.
Your Gateway Area Acura dealers are breaking all the rules during our Season of Performance event. Get special holiday pricing on the new ILX, TLX, RDX, and MDX. These offers won't last. Shop and save at GatewayAreaAcuraDealers.com.
I like my coffee like I like my rifles. Black. Hi, this is Sig Glockencolt from Tactical St. Peter's. Black Rifle Coffee will change your life. Stop by and get some Freedom Fuel, AK Espresso, or caffeinated as f***. We never run out of Black Rifle Coffee, so you won't either.
If you're having payroll tax problems, the IRS can and will come to your business and shut it down. Hi, this is Lance Drury, and I'm an experienced tax attorney based right here in St. Louis. Look, the IRS takes payroll tax issues very seriously, and penalties are extremely high. As a business owner, you can be held personally responsible, so shutting your business down will not protect you. Call my office and set up a free confidential appointment today. I have over 12 years of extensive experience dealing with the IRS and payroll tax issues, and I can help you resolve your problems quickly. Remember, if you have payroll tax problems, you have serious legal problems. You need an attorney who specializes in tax law. You need me, Lance Drury. Call 314-260-6120 or toll-free 888-367-6512 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Lincoln Power Sports is your place to find all your power sports needs. ATVs, motorcycles, side-by-sides, and so much more. #1 in customer service, price savings, and never any out-the-door fees. Suzuki, Arctic Cat, Textron Off-Road, Kimco, Hustler, Echo, and Shindoa Power Products. Highly trained service and parts department. Oil and tire changes while you wait. Hassle-free sales and service. Lincoln Power Sports, located in Moscow Mills. Visit them online at LincolnPowersports.com.
If you have never been to spring training, you don't know what you're missing. Escape with the Cardinals to warm sunshine and blue skies in Jupiter, Florida on your next Cardinals vacation. Each package includes hotel accommodations, rental car, great seats at the games, and an exclusive post-game dinner with select Cardinals players and broadcasters. For information and for reservations, go to cardinals.com/vacations or call 1-800-892-7687.
Very windy and very cold.
Freezing rain.
50-mile-an-hour wind.
Stay informed and up to date on school closures, traffic delays,
Travel at a standstill.
and up-to-the-second weather information. Because when you need to know,
St. Louis's FM News Talk
97.1.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blind, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Hey, don't forget to register for your chance to win a limited edition Devil's River Fender acoustic guitar. Go to our website, 971talk.com/contests. You have to be 21 to enter. We're going to keep taking entries till November 30th. And we'll be giving away this beautiful brand new guitar. And Devil's River Bourbon is the sponsor. Obviously, the guy that crafts it is the one that he signed the guitar. It's wrapped in the Devil's River symbol, and it's just beautiful. So go try it. You can find the whiskey, by the way, Deerberg's, Lucas, Total Wine and More, the wine and cheese place, Schnucks, those kinds of places. So don't miss out on that. I'd love to have it myself if I haven't mentioned that once or three times. Hey, Lynn, welcome into the show.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. I just have a question. Before 7 o'clock, you were talking about the Alabama race.
Yes.
And you had mentioned that there was a federal judge that had been sought out to...
You mean Georgia?
I'm sorry.
The Georgia race,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And there was a federal judge that had been sought out to count ballots. Am I getting that right?
No. But they had it. The decision was made by a U.S. District Judge Steve Jones in that in the same district down there where Stacey Abrams' sister is a federal judge. So it's a district court that is packed with Democrats. That's what it is. I'm not surprised that's where they filed the suit.
And they filed the suit there. So is the suit that's filed, is that against Alabama law?
Well, Georgia. It's
Georgia.
yeah.
Alabama. What can I say?
You got Alabama on the brain. No, what they're doing is challenging the fact that if you the Georgia law says if you turn in an absentee ballot and you didn't fill it out properly, which means including your date of birth or just leaving it all or putting the date of birth in wrong, then that ballot gets invalidated. And this federal judge stepped in and said, no, you've got to count every one of those, even if the person didn't follow the rules.
Okay, so a federal judge is now overruling a Georgia law as to how a ballot should be counted. Is there any way that somebody has control over these federal judges?
I guess you would have to
out of state government.
You'd have to appeal it, right? And he didn't go as far as he could have, Lynn, because they also wanted him to include the ballots that had been thrown out because people were stupid enough to vote in a county where they weren't even registered.
And they should be.
Right.
Holy jamoly, I'm surprised the people of Georgia are not rising up and saying, get out of here. We don't need your help.
They're trying to manufacture votes in the state of Georgia, and they're not going to give up until they hit a brick wall, and they haven't found one yet.
No, the only thing they find is more Democrats. So if it's Republican, it would be totally different. Oh, good heavens to gracious.
Very true. Lynn, thank you. Hey, be safe out there in Snowmageddon today.
You too.
All right, see you now. Yep, it's I think you're going to be okay. It is snowing again pretty heavily downtown.
Quite
I don't know how
a
much
bit.
more
Look
snow
at
they're
that.
expecting. I've got Trisha all worried about she's not going to be able to get home.
I'm not
And
worried.
she lives downtown.
I'm looking for an excuse to split.
Oh,
right away
okay.
after the
All right,
show.
all right.
Hurry up, people. We got to go.
Well, I heard Jeff Allen was catering food in, so we're all going to be fine.
So thoughtful like
he
that.
is. He really is.
Thanks, boss.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. All right, coming up, Missouri State Treasurer Eric Schmidt, who's soon going to be the Attorney General of the state of Missouri. We're going to get him on the radio here about 8:10, and then we're going to talk to Jessica Ditto, who's the Deputy Director of Communications for the Trump White House at about 8:20. It's coming up right here on the Marc Cox Morning Show.
There's nothing worse than investing in something big only to realize you didn't choose wisely. Your home is one of the largest investments you'll ever make, so when it's time to restore your home's exterior with James Hardie fiber cement siding, quality craftsmanship matters. Banner Construction's experienced technicians look for this one-time opportunity to add character and detail to your home. It's amazing how the right products in the right hands can transform an ordinary home into a masterpiece. Banner uses creative techniques like highlighting with subtle color variations and a generous use of architectural accents. It's this attention to detail that makes Banner the premier James Hardie contractor in St. Louis. Banner also specializes in top quality, energy efficient thermal replacement windows to save you money on heating and cooling. So when you're ready to transform your home with quality products and expert installation, call Banner to arrange an initial consultation. Call 314-569-1050 or check them out on the web. Thanks, and have a Banner day.
KFTK FM Florissant, KFTK AM East St. Louis, K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk, 97.1.
A radio.com station.
6 hours to go in Florida's recount. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and there's some optimism now. Palm Beach County could meet the deadline. Supervisor Susan Booker.
The equipment did well overnight. We have some more parts that came in today, and we do have both of the technicians still in the house.
But amid legal challenges, there may be a second recount looming. Fox's Evan Brown live at the Broward County Elections Office.
Yeah, Dave, if any of these races being recounted do not produce results that show more than a 0.25 percentage point lead, then Florida law dictates we recount again, this time by hand. It would be a very lengthy process, requiring a lot of people to do this job as quickly as possible. A time frame would have to be given. Here in Broward, they already have multiple tables set up for staffing where they can count the ballots, being watched by observers from the political parties and the press. Dave?
Evan, search crews and cadaver dogs will be back out today in Northern California looking for more wildfire victims. It's now up to 56 people dead. More than 100 others are missing amid the charred ruins of 8,600 homes. This evacuee says at least he still has his family.
It's nice because we are a lot closer right now, and
spending more time together for sure, you know.
That fire and the one near Malibu are better contained. 3 others died in that fire to the south. Saudi Arabia's chief prosecutor has indicted 11 people in the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in the Saudi consulate in Turkey. 5 could get the death penalty. But Turkey wants them all tried in that country and demands to know who ordered the killing. It's like January across much of the country. Sleet, snow, freezing rain from Arkansas to Virginia up to Maine.
We have a messy commute for parts of the Ohio Valley where we have an ice storm warning in effect. So you don't want to be traveling in that. We're going to have massive travel delays across the Northeast.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean says some areas in New York and Pennsylvania could get a foot of snow. This is Fox News.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
97.1 News Time, 8:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Dave Murray. The snow will come to an end later this morning and turn into flurries this afternoon. We'll have a high of 34. Clear, cold tonight, low of 28. Partly sunny tomorrow. We'll have a high around 40. It's 28 degrees right now. That winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Moderate to heavy snow continues this morning and will taper off by this afternoon. About 4 to 8 inches of snow is expected from the St. Louis metro area to points north and east. Go to 971talk.com. Just click the banner for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast. There's also a link for closings all on 971talk.com. St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed has filed a resolution showing city support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. The group behind the effort, MLS for the Lou, will be applying to Major League Soccer for an expansion team. The resolution will be introduced at the Board of Aldermen meeting tomorrow and could be voted on immediately. The body of a missing St. Louis ballet dancer was found in Mark Twain Lake yesterday morning. 23-year-old Rafaela Stroick lived in St. Louis and performed with the St. Louis Ballet, but is originally from Indiana. Officials say a private plane pilot located her body in the water. She was last seen Monday morning at Whole Foods in Town and Country, and her car was found later that day parked near a boat ramp at the lake. Authorities say foul play is not suspected and autopsy results are pending. Bear is giving more than $1.2 million in grant money to the Muni and Lift for Life Academy for their ongoing renovation projects. The Muni will receive $1 million over 5 years to assist with improvements that include rebuilding the entire stage. Lift for Life Academy will receive $246,000 to add 6 new STEM-focused classrooms. This report brought to you by Amco Ranger Pest Control, protecting what matters since 1965. 97.1 News Time, 8:04. It's 28 degrees. In sports, the Blues lost the Blackhawks 1-0 in Chicago last night. Defenseman Jay Bouwmeester accidentally kicked the puck into his own net early in the second period, ending the Blackhawks' 8-game losing streak. It was the Blues' second straight loss after winning 4 of 5 as they fell to 6-7-3 on the season. The Blues take on the Golden Knights in Las Vegas tomorrow night. And the Seahawks host the Packers on Thursday Night Football. Kickoff tonight is 7:20. This report brought to you by The Edge for Men. Hey guys, get your edge back with acoustic wave therapy for ED with Dr. Richard Moore at The Edge for Men. 97.1 News Time, 8:05. It's 28 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
What a morning. Now, here's the good news. Volume appears to be lighter than usual. Apparently, some people working from home today. That's not a bad idea. Here's the list. We are snow slowed everywhere. Road conditions vary widely. Some are fine, some are not so fine, but for the most part, it's really not that bad anymore. Things look okay if you take it easy. Of course, be careful on those side streets. Here are the highlights. Eastbound 44 at Williams Road, accident in the right lane. Eastbound 44 approaching Bowles, so there's one in the median. Westbound 44, we had one past Arsenal in the left lane. Still some flashing lights on that scene. The accident northbound 270 at 44 has just been cleared. We still have the one north of the Rock Road in the right lane. Westbound 270 accident at Bell Fountain in the right lane. 21 at M, an accident being cleared. Accident eastbound 70 past Lake St. Louis Boulevard. Now that's still in the two right lanes and a solid jam behind that. We also have an accident now eastbound 70 near Kings Highway. That one's in the left lanes and very heavy volume. We also have heavy volume eastbound 440 at Big Bend, where we had an earlier accident. And westbound is stacked up not that far past Grand. Traffic brought to you by RP Lumber, best service, best value. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 8:06.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Heaviest snow will be this morning, then tapering off as we go through the afternoon. 34 for the high. It's a cold day. Tonight, 28 for the overnight low. Friday, going to see an effect on temperatures because of the fresh snow cover, but it will be warmer. Low 40s on Friday. Saturday, increasing clouds, 42. Sunday, a little light snow, but no big deal. 35 for the high on Sunday. This is FM News Talk 97.1 Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's 8:07 and 28 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Hey, Reeker's Truck Body wants you to come out and pay them a visit. You know, they'll understand if you don't want to drive out there today. They're in beautiful Washington, Missouri. That may be a bit of a hike with the weather the way it is, but you need to stop and see them if you're in the business where you depend on your truck and what's on the back of your truck to make a living. It's important. They build truck bodies, chassis. They build, if you're a landscaper or depending on what you do for a living, they can build to spec the back of your truck to accommodate your workload. Listen, it's how you make a living. No decision you make is going to be more important than that one. They have the right equipment for the job. If you're in the snow removal equipment business or snow removal business, they've got the snow plows sitting out there. They're ready to add that to your truck today. They handle Meyer snow removal equipment, so you just call them, you set it up. They can give you quotes right over the phone. Call Gil or Melanie at 1-800-400-3707. Again, 1-800-400-3707 or go to ReekersTruckBody.com.
Dear beloved home, over our years, we've experienced many of life's changes together. Our lives have changed, and we've made changes to you as well. Now, as we pulled into our driveway at the end of a long day, we had noticed it was time for a makeover. Exteriors by Mosby provided us a broad range of options for new windows and siding that let us love your outside as much as we love your inside. With Exteriors by Mosby, we're taking as good care of you as you care for us.
Call 909-8383 or visit exteriorsbymosby.com. Exteriors by Mosby. Home never felt so good.
This hour of the Marc Cox Morning Show brought to you by Brown & Crouppen.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
You ain't first, you're last.
It's okay to be last today. You don't have to be first on a day when the roads are this bad. I was talking to our friend Sue Thomas about that earlier, and she and I are convinced that's the reason we had all the traffic problems we had this morning, because there's always that person who thinks they can drive faster than everybody else in the snow, and inevitably they spin out and they cause accidents, and that's the part of the traffic mess that we faced today. There's no doubt about it. So slow down. If you're looking for a weather update, we got Dave Murray coming up here about 8:35 this morning, so stay tuned, and he'll update us on the weather forecast for the rest of the morning. Right now, let me get to my guest. He is Missouri's state treasurer currently, but soon to be Attorney General Eric Schmidt. Eric, good morning to you.
Good morning. So are you saying that the movie Talladega Nights doesn't have nuggets of truth in it, Mark?
They might have stretched that a little bit, at least on bad weather days.
I think that's good advice. Rick, don't listen to Ricky Bobby this morning. Right.
Oh, boy. Eric, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. No, it's quite an honor, and I'm very grateful and humbled by the opportunity to serve as the lawyer for 6 million Missourians. So, yeah, I'm excited and ready to get to work.
Have you given, had you given thought to this position before? I know you obviously ran statewide as treasurer. Had you ever given thought to being Attorney General of Missouri?
You know, when I ran for treasurer, in the Senate, I had chaired the Economic Development Committee, and I thought that office at that time was a way for me to kind of further that activity and that advocacy. But as a lawyer, look, it's a very unique job, and I mentioned at the press conference, I grew up, and my mom and dad are daily listeners to your show. I grew up in North St. Louis County in a working class neighborhood. I didn't know any lawyers, but I saw how hard my dad worked. He worked 7 days a week in the midnight shift. I saw how hard my friends' parents worked. And I learned at a young age that the ability for people to pursue their dreams and pursue happiness, as was mentioned in the Declaration of Independence, is made possible by this American system of limited government and this idea that our rights come from God and government's just our shared project to protect those rights. So I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be somebody who fought for people. I wanted to be somebody who understood the importance of the Constitution. And so, coming full circle, and then as later on in life, I became a dad, and our experience with Stephen, who's nonverbal and has a lot of challenges, really inspired me to enter public office, right? So all of that stuff now this week kind of coming together, that service aspect with my love for the law is, again, something that I'm just very humbled by, and I'm excited to get to work.
So before we get into maybe what you hope to do as Attorney General, maybe I'm sure you've given it some thought at this point, kind of explain what being treasurer has allowed you to accomplish, because I've had you on the show several times talking, reminding Missourians about some of the advantages that are out there for them in Missouri if they know to take advantage of them.
No, thanks for that opportunity, because I'm really proud of, it's the first, I had served in the legislative branch. To get into the executive branch with the treasurer's office, I think we put together a really strong team, and we got in there. We took a look at what was happening, and we realized that, look, Missouri had a D-plus rating in fiscal transparency. It was ranked 39 out of 50 states. So we launched the most transparent fiscal website in the country. You can go in and show me checkbook and find out how the state government spends your money every single day, where the money comes from, how it's spent, what our liabilities are. We think that'll lead to better policy solutions. We came in with the changes at the federal level on the 529 college savings program that was extended to K through 12 education, which is particularly relevant in St. Louis. We were the first state in the country to move forward with that and become a national leader. We're the national leader. I was the national co-chair of the Mo Able Coalition, which allows families to have greater peace of mind and save for the long-term needs of a loved one with a disability like they would for college. And so we came in, we saw that, listen, our pension system is underfunded. Not a lot of people want to talk about it. You have to tell people the hard truth, because that's the only way you're going to get to solutions. You do not want to end up like the state of Illinois. So we've been working on some pension issues. So I'm really proud in 2 years how innovative our office has been, all of the hard work our team has put in. It's been a lot of fun, and I am really proud of that, but certainly looking forward to this next challenge.
Yeah. Are you planning to build on what Josh Hawley's done, or will you do things differently?
No, I think Josh has done a great job. I think Josh has been a very good attorney general. He and I got the call on Sunday. I went to DeSmet Jesuit High School, so the Jesuits had an influence on me. I like to say in high school they redirected my energy, and I became a better student. But I go to an annual silent retreat at White House down in South St. Louis County, and since my son was diagnosed, it's something I do every year. And I got the call on Sunday morning, and I broke my vow of silence to take the call from the governor. I thought the good Lord would forgive me for taking that call. But I later on that night talked to Josh, and we had a preliminary conversation. He's in D.C. this week with some orientation stuff he's got as a senator-elect. But he and I are going to sit down along with the team. There's literally hundreds of lawyers and tens of thousands of cases, so we want to get briefed up, learn what's happening in the office, do a lot of listening, and then move forward.
Well, exciting changes. You take over when, in January?
Yeah, Attorney General Hawley has submitted his resignation effective January 3rd. So that's, so we've got about, 45 days to get up to speed and get moving. But, again, it's just an incredible honor to, again, be the lawyer for 6 million Missourians. It's I'm excited.
Well, I've seen a lot of praise heaped on you over the last couple of days for people that have worked with you for years, for your character and your honesty, and thrilled that you got the opportunity. And thank you so much for giving us some time.
Thanks, Mark.
You bet. Take care of yourself. Eric Schmidt, of course, Attorney General designate there, and we'll, of course, talk to him again, I'm sure, once he becomes the Attorney General. How about that? All right, quick break. Want to talk to Jessica Ditto when we come back. White House Deputy Director of Communication for President Trump. And then we're going to check in with Dave Murray, find out how much longer the snow's going to last, and if we're going to be done with this stuff soon. We'll be right back.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
97.1 News Time, 8:17. It's 29 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. The winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Go to 971talk.com for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast and a list of closings. The Illinois House and Senate will continue work today as they consider Governor Bruce Rauner's vetoes from earlier this year. St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed has filed a resolution showing city support to bring a professional soccer team to St. Louis. In sports, the Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. They play in Las Vegas tomorrow night. This report brought to you by Mattress Direct. 97.1 News Time, 8:17. It's 29 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, it's quite the commute this morning. Fortunately, we have lighter volume than usual. Looks like some people are staying home and doing some telecommuting. And I'll tell you what, conditions vary widely. Now, we still have this accident eastbound 70 past Lake St. Louis Boulevard. The two right lanes are blocked, and it looks like a blizzard out there. A solid jam back through 64. But to the east of there, things look fine. I mean, you're just kind of snow slowed into downtown. Eastbound 64 looks much better out west. It's still heavy and slow approaching 170 through Big Bend, where they just cleared an accident, and it's pretty slow through there because of snow as well. Now, other than that, we've had some issues this morning, all kinds of spun-out vehicles in ditches. Eastbound 44 at Williams Road, the right lane was blocked by an accident. 44 approaching Bowles, there's one in the median. We had northbound 270 north of the Rock Road, an accident in the right lane. Westbound 270 approaching Bell Fountain. And then we even had one reported westbound 370 west of Truman Road. It's just one of those mornings. Light volume, though, on the Poplar Street Bridge as drivers head in from Illinois. And things are pretty quiet on 170. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 8:18.
Your biggest investment deserves the best in the business. So if you're ready to buy or sell your home, choose Rick and Tracy Ellis. They've been in the business more than 20 years. They're great people, they're fun to work with, and they're marketing experts. Rick and Tracy have been a part of the 97.1 family for more than 5 years, bringing you great real estate tips, excellent guests, and promoting all of their listings on the Rick and Tracy Ellis Show. So don't miss it on Saturday mornings at 9 and Sunday mornings at 10 right here on FM News Talk 97.1. They're now joined by Megan King Edmonds on their Sunday show. You want to be sure to tune in to get Megan's must-haves. And the latest issue of their magazine is now available at more than 100 area businesses across St. Louis and St. Charles or online at tracyellis.media. You know, real estate's personal. Your home is a place where you make memories, raise a family, spend time with the people that mean the most to you. And you can trust Rick and Tracy Ellis to take care of you throughout the entire process, truly looking out for your best interest, working hard to get your home sold at the best possible price, and to help you find the home of your dreams. I'm proud to call Rick and Tracy Ellis my friends. I know you'll love working with them, whatever your real estate needs. The Rick and Tracy Ellis team with Keller Williams Chesterfield, tracyellis.com.
Testing. Attention all elves. The 2018 DGS Holiday Food Drive is here. Visit any Hardee's location and make a donation of at least $1 and receive the first ever limited edition DGS bumper sticker. Stop by any Hardee's in the metro area, grab some breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and simply donate at least $1 at the register and receive the special DGS bumper sticker. Every dollar donated goes to Operation Food Search. The 2018 DGS Holiday Food Drive brought to you by Hardee's.
From school closings to road closures, blizzard warnings to intense weather watches. When winter weather serves up its worst, we do our best to bring you the information you need to stay informed.
St. Louis's FM News Talk
97.1.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Among other changes, it rolls back some of the provisions of the Clinton crime law that disproportionately harmed the African American community. And you all saw that, and you all know that. Everybody in this room knows that. It was very disproportionate and very unfair.
That is the president yesterday, of course, talking about this justice reform bill and some of the ways that it changes that crime bill from 1994 that Hillary Clinton took so much grief about in the 2016 election. And a lot of people are talking about it as a bipartisan solution to that, which I'm sure is going to drive the Democrats crazy if the president gets away with taking credit for that. But a lot of things this president does drives the left crazy. So that's a good thing. That's why we like him so much. Let me get to my guest right now. She's Jessica Ditto. She's the White House Deputy Press Secretary, Director of Communication, I should say. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. On the crime reform bill, I know the president's putting his weight behind this. Does he have the support of the Republicans he needs in Congress?
We believe we have the momentum to get this done over the next few weeks. The president, it was overwhelmingly supported in the House, and we are working closely with leaders across both aisles in the Senate to get this accomplished before the 2018 congressional session ends in a few weeks. This is something that everyone, regardless of political affiliation, should be supportive of. It is an opportunity to ensure that people do not return to the prison system after they've served their time. It is an opportunity to give people hope and a second chance in order to be productive members of society, rather than being an individual who serves their entire life going in and out of the criminal justice system. So we really believe that there is an opportunity for true bipartisan success on this.
Well, I hope they do. You know, I saw that an Arizona congressman named Andy Biggs, had put out a list of things he kind of hoped we could get done in the lame duck session, which would include getting rid of Obamacare and maybe addressing some additional tax cuts. Is there any hope from the White House perspective that anything significant can get done?
The president is meeting with bicameral Republican leaders today to talk through those priorities. We certainly want to continue the ambitious agenda that's helping to grow our economy and make our nation safer. The president has had tremendous success working to ensure that we pass massive tax cuts and also boost our military, and there's more to be done. And so he's certainly going to have a very in-depth and frank conversation with leaders today.
Yeah, well, I hope they can get that done. Part of what he has taken credit for is this economy that's kind of been spurred. There's been some dispute with the folks on the left and even some on the right about the impact of these trade tariffs. Mm-hmm. But yesterday, Secretary Ross talked about the ratification of a new contract with U.S. Steel and its union. What can you tell us about that?
Well, for the first time in years, U.S. steel workers are getting a pay raise, and it is not insignificant. It's a 14% pay wage increase for thousands of steel workers across this country. It is something that the White House celebrates. We want to see our workers getting wage increases for their hard-earned time in our factories, and this is something that we believe is a sign that the president's trade policies, his economic and national national security agenda, working hand in hand, are going to have a real impact on Americans, and we want to see this continue. But we celebrate every month when we see wage increases that is happening at the fastest growth in nearly a decade and the lowest unemployment since 1969. We are celebrating those numbers because we know that they're having a real-world impact on our families across the country.
Right, and you know, there have been complaints specifically from the auto industry and the motorcycle industry that these steel that his tariffs there have been hurting other industries. I see this as a long game, and I think the president does too, that even though there may be some initial pain, we've got to level the playing field for America against these other nations.
2 years ago, a little more than 2 years ago, the president, while campaigning, laid out a plan that would aim to remedy the damaging effects of our horrible trade deals. That he's taken action and he's followed through on those things, and we're starting to see that effect. And it's something that we do understand that it is going to take time in order to rectify decades of deficits, $13 trillion in trade deficits since 1994, but also just since China entered the World Trade Organization. When the president addressed this Granite City factory reopening back in the summer, he talked about the 60,000 factories that had closed across the U.S.
Right.
It is not; those are not people. That's 60,000 factories, which means tens of thousands of jobs have been lost as a result of horrible trade policies. And so the president is working with each country and globally to ensure that we have better agreements for our workers and for our companies so we can bring the jobs back. And you can see the effect. 32,000 manufacturing jobs were added to our job roles in October alone. This is a surge in manufacturing, and we're seeing that surge across other sectors as well. The president also will be signing in a few weeks with Mexico and Canada the agreement that he negotiated to redo the NAFTA agreement. The USMCA is something that is going to help not just manufacturing, but our technology and agriculture sectors as well. So his interest is in the American worker and our economic and national security.
Yeah, I would agree completely. Listen, Jessica Ditto, we appreciate your time today. White House Deputy Director of Communications. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Take care of yourself. Appreciate that. Wish I'd had a little more time with her. I see she used to work for Matt Bevin, who's the governor of Kentucky. I would have asked her if she was a Wildcat or a Cardinal, but I didn't get a chance to bring that up. Next time. I'll get her next time. You know, interestingly, she's talking about those trade deals. Today, the British Prime Minister May is in deep doo-doo over there because she's rolled out this deal on Brexit, which is England, UK separating from the European Union. The voters passed it. It needs to happen, but for some reason they've been dragging it out because there are a lot of European-style socialists who don't want that to happen. And then I got to thinking about myself, that's the United Kingdom acting in its own best interest, just like the United States acting in its own best interest, wanting to renegotiate these trade deals. And then you look at somebody like Emmanuel Macron in France, who wants to criticize the United States for that because his country loses when the United States renegotiates fair trade with them. That doesn't benefit him. Therefore, he's lashing out about it. I think it's kind of sad, but that's what we need to do. And I'm glad to see Trump's doing it. 314-241-9797. When we come back, it's been Snowmageddon. Hopefully, you've made it to work by now. You're not still stuck in traffic somewhere. You got bread. You got milk. We're going to talk to Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray to find out when this all comes to an end. We'll be right back.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Heaviest snow will be this morning, then tapering off as we go through the afternoon. 34 for the high. It's a cold day. Tonight, 28 for the overnight low. Friday, we're going to see an effect on temperatures because of the fresh snow cover, but it will be warmer. Low 40s on Friday. Saturday, increasing clouds, 42. Sunday, a little light snow, but no big deal. 35 for the high on Sunday. This is FM News Talk 97.1 Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
I'm Jennifer Kushinka with Your Money Now. British Prime Minister Theresa May's Brexit secretary and other ministers quit one by one today, striking at the heart of a draft divorce deal with the European Union she's struggling to save. Just over 12 hours after May announced that her team of top ministers had agreed to the terms of the draft agreement, Brexit Minister Dominic Raab and Work and Pensions Minister Esther McAvey quit, saying they could not support it. Their departures and the resignations of two junior ministers shakes May's divided government. The FCC has launched the agency's first high-band 5G spectrum auction as it works to clear space for next-generation faster networks. 5G networks are expected to be at least 100 times faster than current 4G networks and cut delays to less than 1,000th of a second from 100th of a second in 4G, and allowing for innovations in a number of different fields. On Wall Street, futures are now little changed. That's Your Money Now.
Life is all about choices. Cars, shoes, appliances, pretty much everything you buy. And when it comes to life insurance, SelectQuote offers you a choice of your best prices from up to 10 life insurance companies and over 100 different policies. So you not only get the perfect life insurance for your needs, you'll probably save hundreds of dollars in the bargain. Kevin is 39. He controls his blood pressure with meds, but is in good health. SelectQuote got him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $28 a month. SelectQuote. It's all about choices.
To see how affordable life insurance can be for you, go to SelectQuote.com or call 1-800-970-3311. That's 1-800-970-3311. 1-800-970-3311. Over 1 million people know we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Your Money Matters, brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, your dealer for Marvin Windows and Doors in the St. Louis region. FisherWindow.com. Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, we've still got a mixed bag out there. The good news is we have light volume in traffic. The bad news is we still have lingering accidents. One of those is eastbound 44. Just past 109, it's a jackknife tractor trailer. It's still blocking that right lane. We have an accident 44 at Bowles. We still have that one westbound 44 past Arsenal in the left lane. All kinds of roadways that we have cars off the roadway. We have cars in ditches. It's just scattered throughout the area this morning. We had an accident northbound 270 at Highway 70 in the right lane. Another one westbound 270 west of Riverview. That one in the right lane. And they've cleared the one eastbound 70 past Lake St. Louis Boulevard. But boy, that was there for a while, and it's taking a long time to unwind. Westbound 6440, a slow go, headed for Tower Grove. Eastbound is slow, especially just past Big Bend. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 8:33.
Well, if you travel to California, you're going to go to one of the wineries out there. You're going to want to check out the Oak Ridge Winery out in Lodi, California. It sits right in the middle of the state and just produces some of the best wines. For years, sold their grapes to those Northern California wineries. Now they're making their own wines, and one of them is Old Soul Wines. So this is from a winery that's been growing grapes since the 1930s. It's a 7,500-acre estate there in Central California, and they're producing these with these old vines, this really intensely flavored fruit. And these wines are excellent. They're unique. You need to try them, regardless of what you like, a Cab or a Sauvignon, whatever it is. They've got the Chardonnays. They've got all of them. I've let Denise and Tricia here at the station try them, and they're just outstanding. They sell them here locally at Schnucks, Deerberg's, Shop and Save. They're $10.99, $11.99 a bottle. They are Old Soul Wines. Thanks to the folks at Lore Wine and Spirits for introducing us to these in the St. Louis area. Try it today. It's Old Soul Wines.
Hey, what's your next AR build? This is Sig Glockenkold from Tactical St. Peter's. The hottest uppers right now are 9mm PCC, 6.8 Grendel, 6.5 Creedmoor, and the new long-range laser platform 224 Valkyrie. From barrels to bolts, AR should be built, not bought.
The Federal Reserve has been the bearer of bad news all year for anyone trapped under a mountain of credit card debt. We've had 3 rate hikes in less than 12 months, pushing credit card interest rates to record highs. The good news is that mortgage rates are still at historic lows. Check your credit card rate and then call me, Michael Mohan, at Community Mortgage. Home values are up, so this may be the right time for you to take advantage of the increased equity in your home while mortgage rates are still at historic lows, saving you hundreds of dollars every month and thousands every year. You don't have to be stuck on the credit card debt carousel when there is a very good chance I can help you get rid of it by consolidating the debt into a fixed rate, tax-deductible mortgage. Call me today for straightforward advice on all your home buying, refinancing, and debt consolidation needs. When you call, you will talk to me, Michael Mohan. Call now at 314-336-6050. 314-336-6050. Online at communitymortgagestl.com.
Community Mortgage LLC, NMLS 250353, 224143.
Your Gateway area accurate dealers are breaking all the rules during our Season of Performance event. Get special holiday pricing on the new ILX, TLX, RDX, and MDX. These offers won't last. Shop and save at GatewayAreaAccurateDealers.com.
Don't get stuck in neutral. Shift your retirement plan into overdrive with Your Retirement Highway with Ken Heisey and Steve Muller from the Heisey Advisory Group. Saturday nights at 7 on FM News Talk 97.1.
This station is now conducting a test of the emergency alert system.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
If it look like a duck, walk like a duck, and quack like a duck, it's a duck.
Or maybe it's a snowstorm. It's possible. Just a quick note, a friend of mine in law enforcement sent me a picture this morning of the back of a Deerberg store, and he said, the milk and bread trucks are lined up outside of Deerberg's. I think we're going to make it through this one after all. You got to have a little sense of humor, right?
Some big flakes coming down right now.
I know there are. Let's get our chief meteorologist, Dave Murray, on the phone line here. Find out what in the world is going on. Dave, I think we're going to survive.
I think we will too. We do have some hamster-sized snowflakes out there, and that tells us that we're at the end of the storm system for the most part on this one. But it's still going to snow here for a couple more hours. There's these little bands. We're on the backside of this southern storm that is now lifting into the Ohio Valley fairly quickly, and it will wind down fairly quickly. I would say by noontime, there's not going to be a heck of a lot left other than some patchy light snow and snow flurries, and certainly by 3 o'clock it is done.
Yeah, so I wonder about that. I mean, you always try to predict. It's all prediction business. Yesterday, I was thinking that most of this was going to happen after midnight, but according to my wife, it was snowing out in our neck of the woods by around 8 or 9 o'clock last night.
Yeah, it started to kick into gear a little early, but the accumulating snow did kind of really kick in after midnight. It was a late night event into the early morning. It's just a little sloppy out there, and we will get through it. We will survive.
You do have to take a lot of heat when your forecast is wrong, so do you like to take a little credit? Because all the school kids in the St. Louis area would like to thank you this morning.
Oh, absolutely. And the amounts are pretty much where we were calling, 4 to 5 on the average with some spots up to 6. I'm happy with the ideas anyway. And, it's not... St. Louis is such a large area, and we broadcast to such a large area. You're going to get some variations on that, some a little higher, some a little lower. But in snowfall prediction, you try to give a kind of a general average amount that's going to fall in most places anyway.
So I know that tomorrow we're going to get you back on to talk about the winter forecast that you're tweaking and you're going to unveil on the Dave Glover Show this afternoon. In general, though, just give me a short version of that over the next week or so. Are we in line for any more snow between now and Thanksgiving?
No, the atmosphere should really start to calm down now. We do have a cold front that's going to come through Saturday night and into Sunday. It doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with, but it will probably bring a little bit of light snow flurries. I'm not anticipating any accumulation at this point, and that will keep our temperatures on the chilly side. But above freezing for daytime temperatures. And then we start a gradual warm-up for Thanksgiving week. I don't see any big storms for Thanksgiving week at this point in the middle of the country anyway. East Coast may be a different story. And then we were kind of thinking that Thanksgiving might have temperatures in the 50s for the actual day of Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice. So things calm down I understand it's supposed to be pretty heavy travel year this year. So
yeah, that's
good.
That's what I'm reading and hearing too, is that they expect it to be a little higher than past couple of years. So it's a little early this year. Thanksgiving's early this year.
Yeah, good. Hey, listen, Dave, we appreciate your time, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Dave's going to join Dave Glover, the DGS, this afternoon in his regular appearance, and he's going to give his winter weather forecast for the rest of the winter. We couldn't finagle him to give us breaking news this morning.
You do it. Yeah.
But we are going to have him call in tomorrow morning and kind of recap that for those of you who aren't driving around during the Glover Show. Well, good. All right, we'll get to that then. Let me get to Gas Buddy Steve here on line 2. He's been holding on for a while. Hey, before you get to what you want to talk about, Gas Buddy Steve, gas prices are dropping like Led Zeppelin out there.
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
It is. It is.
It's great. It's a great thing that we voted no on the gas tax. That's all I got to say about that.
What's going on?
They will be going up.
Yeah, that's true.
Two things, actually. I just sent you an email a little bit ago. I don't know if you got it, but with whenever Lynn called about the judges. If she's listening, my suggestion to her and anybody else for that matter, these judges that get appointed to federal benches and such, they start off as local judges. People, I'm guilty of this as well. I'm sure the majority. We don't do due diligence whenever it comes to electing our judges. We have to really look at them and see who they are and what they're about. That would be my suggestion there.
Yeah.
Now, as far as all the weather and snow and this and that, there's a song called "It's the End of the World as We Know It."
Yeah.
I think that would be great bumper music, by the way.
I'll be fine. Yeah, we should have queued that one up this morning. That's true.
So I'm going to give a meteorological prediction here, and I'm going to go on a limb and say, well, Dave Murray, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be 100% accurate on this, and I'm not a meteorologist.
What's that?
Tomorrow, the sun will still rise.
I like it. Sun will come up tomorrow. Tomorrow.
So I'm sure I'm 100% accurate on that. The sun will still rise.
All right, Steve. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Have a
All right.
good
Yep.
one,
I'll see you. That's pretty good. That's good stuff. Did you guys see this story about the couple they were in New Jersey, and it came out that this lady ran out of gas. Supposedly, this homeless guy gave her his last $20 to get gas.
This GoFundMe thing.
Then they went out and created a GoFundMe page for him, and it collected $400,000. Well, there were a variety of problems. The homeless guy, ended up suing him, claiming they were misusing the money, and it went to court. And guess what they're saying now? I just saw this morning.
Yeah,
that the homeless guy and the couple conspired to come up and create the story about the GoFundMe page to begin with. That the original story about him giving her $20 was not true. They just all conspired as a way to make a bunch of money.
Wow.
And then they were going to split it. And then he got jealous on how they were spending the money because, of course, the story was they had raised it for him. So I guess he saw his leverage there to get more of it. And instead, they were buying BMWs and trips, vacations, and Louis Vuitton bags and all this stuff. So now they're all in trouble. They've all been
That's
in.
so sneaky.
Yeah,
I hadn't
know.
even thought about it being that.
So they're
And
all
kind of
facing
brilliant.
charges now for getting involved in this. And 14,000 different people donated money to that campaign. So what's the lesson here? GoFundMe has no ability to filter people on its website for honesty. And there are a lot of needy people out there that go on GoFundMe and they end up raising money for people with cancer and that sort of thing. But be hesitant before you go on there and give money. Make sure be cautious. Be sure you know what you're giving your money. This seems like a real good feel-good story, but no, I don't think any of those people are ever going to get their money back.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can. I don't know how the GoFundMe
Yeah, these
thing
people were
works,
depositing money straight into their bank account. They went on shopping sprees, Louis Vuitton bags, Chanel sunglasses, new iPhones, and yeah.
What a brilliant ploy.
No kidding.
Those jerks, those evil geniuses.
The police confiscated a new BMW, jewelry, and cash from this couple. So, anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting. Watch what you contribute to this holiday season. Give to somewhere where you know it's going to a good cause, like Toys for Tots or something like that. I'll get to more of your phone calls coming up, 314-241-9797.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 8:47. It's 29 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. The winter storm warning continues across the St. Louis area through 6 o'clock tonight. Again, go to 971talk.com for Dave Murray's up-to-the-minute forecast and a list of closings. The Illinois House and Senate will continue work today as they consider Governor Bruce Rauner's vetoes from earlier this year. And in sports, Blues lost to the Blackhawks 1-0 last night. 97.1 News Time, 8:47.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, things continue to improve on the roads, although the snow continues to fall. I guess the improvement is we have fewer and fewer people out there. And the roads, for the most part, are in fairly decent shape, at least the highways. But you still have to drive slowly and take it easy. Now, cruisers, looks like they've just about got that cleared. This is a jackknife tractor trailer. Eastbound 44 past 109. They've been working with that in the right lane. Looks like they've got that cleared, but traffic is going to take a while to unwind through there. Now, we also had westbound 270 west of Riverview, an accident in the right lane, so slow-moving traffic coming off the Chain of Rocks Bridge this morning. We had a report of a jackknife tractor trailer northbound 55 at Highway 67. Now, eastbound 70, still a slow go in the Lake St. Louis Boulevard area, all due to an earlier accident there. 40, a pretty good shot into downtown. It's slow at McKnight, but then it's fine. 270 north and southbound in good shape now, 55 through 6440. It's going to be okay. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 8:48.
All right, Sue, good job. You got your hands full this morning. And folks, as you watch the kids come in from snow sledding today, and they're tracking the wet snow and maybe mud and whatever else on their shoes across your floor, think of Michael's Flooring Outlet, and maybe you're going to give some more thought to that waterproof flooring that they have up there. It's beautiful. It's waterproof. It's pet-proof. If there's a puddle of water, you don't have to worry about it soaking down in between the boards of your hardwood floor in the kitchen and making it warp, because that happens pretty easily. This stuff is great. It can go in a kitchen. It can go in a mud room, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. That's just one example of some of the great flooring products they have at Michael's Flooring Outlet. He's got lots of carpet remnants up there he wanted me to remind you about. High-quality carpet remnants. left over from big jobs they've done, right? And they can make awesome area rugs out of it for you pretty simply. Go visit them at one of their 4 locations or go to their website for more details at michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
Need new brakes? CarX Tire and Auto has lifetime guaranteed brake pads on sale now for half price. That's right, 50% off quality brake pads at CarX, where your brake inspection is always free.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
If you're having payroll tax problems, the IRS can and will come to your business and shut it down. Hi, this is Lance Drury, and I'm an experienced tax attorney based right here in St. Louis. Look, the IRS takes payroll tax issues very seriously, and penalties are extremely high. As a business owner, you can be held personally responsible, so shutting your business down will not protect you. Call my office and set up a free confidential appointment today. I have over 12 years of extensive experience dealing with the IRS and payroll tax issues, and I can help you resolve your problems quickly. Remember, if you have payroll tax problems, you have serious legal problems. You need an attorney who specializes in tax law. You need me, Lance Drury. Call 314-260-6120 or toll-free 888-367-6512 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Why does Hardee's make biscuits from scratch? That's like asking why clowns scare people. Because it's what we were born to do, and because it makes them delicious. We were also born to let you choose from our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage and egg biscuit, or Frisco breakfast sandwich, and mix and match any 2 of these for only $4. That's right, as newborns, we came up with this 2 for $4 mix and match idea and started making delicious biscuits from scratch. Talk about proud parents.
Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary, tax not included.
This hour of the Marc Cox Morning Show brought to you by Brown and Crouppen.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
You get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime, sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie.
We have to work together to manage our forests, looking at health, return the health of the forest. It starts with working together for common solutions, because this is unsustainable.
Yeah, that's the Interior Secretary Zinke there that all the liberals hate. Remember when these wildfires are horrific. I mean, the death toll has been horrible. The destruction, the multi-million-dollar homes that have been wiped out in parts of California. And remember how angry Maxine Waters got last week? Told the president he needed to shut up because he didn't know what he was talking about. And then, lo and behold, this happens with Donald Trump all the time. He comes out, he speaks the truth. There's a liberal backlash from the folks that don't want to hear it. And then you find out what the truth really is. That because of years and years of environmental wackos having their way in the state of California, because it's like a liberal vacuum out there, just like the city of St. Louis. You don't have a different opinion, or you don't exist in what is the California legislature and the governor's office. And they've had laws out there for years where homeowners were unable to go in and thin out trees that were bigger than 26 inches on their properties without getting a state timber harvest permit, which was incredibly difficult to get. Because in order to do this, the environmental wackos had gone in and basically they basically put rules into place so that before you could get a permission to do serious, fire prevention stuff on your property, somebody had to come in and they had to do an assessment on whether or not you cutting down those trees would affect certain species or certain salmon or certain plants that might be on your property, and you had to go in and get permission to do all that and find out if it would cause erosion and anything other impact your logging might have on the environment before you could do it. And you want to know why California's a mess? That's why California's a mess. They're finally talking about minor issues of increasing that to letting homeowners cut down trees up to 36 inches on property of 300 acres or less without having to go get a state timber permit first, which will let folks go in, make some money off harvesting the timber, and clean out some of these areas that don't get cleaned out till a fire comes along. Then they all seem surprised by it. I just get so sickened by it. The environmentalists are already pushing back against this minor change out there, and they want to point the finger at Donald Trump. But that's not the point. They've got to thin the density of those forests, and right now they can't do it because of environmental regulations in the state of California. I just want to point that out. I mean, it sickens me to see the negative reaction the president got when he pointed out we have to do more in California. We have to be more proactive to prevent this tinderbox from existing. They're like, oh, it's not that. It's because of the drought conditions we've had. Well, not completely. There's more to it than that, and the public needs to know that. Remember when Trump said the Trump Tower was wiretapped, and they all laughed at him until we found out that Trump Tower was wiretapped? Just over and over and over again, fighting the deep state. It's kind of how that goes. All right, folks. Hey, stay calm.
Be careful out there.
The bread trucks are on their way back to the grocery store. There will be milk and bread by the end of the day. All is good. We're going to get a little more snow. Then it's going to go away. It's going to be 50 tomorrow. It'll be back to normal. Have a great day. Annie Fry's up today, noon to 3. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.